And we're live, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the first day of the 12 Days of Arcademas 2023. Look at all the folks here already. I see Dell from Delusionals Arcade, Mike from Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair, Sean Crookshank, Jumping General, Wayne, Random Pixelated Billy Bob. Everybody's filing in. Cazella's Arcade, what's up, you guys? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So first of all, I'm going to start by saying I think Dell was right. I'm happy to admit that I've been having so many problems with StreamYard. The latest thing, right? And StreamYard is what I'm using, to sort of power the live stream. I have OBS running on my laptop that lets me do different scenes, so I can like click a button here and switch to a gameplay camera. There's different things I can do with that. But StreamYard like takes that as the virtual camera and then pushes that to YouTube. I've been having all kinds of problems with StreamYard. The latest thing is it thinks all of my streams are private, including this one, which is public. And it says I can't see my comments on StreamYard because it says YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos. I don't think that's true. One. Two, StreamYard is just messed up. So I won't be able to like highlight people's, any of their interesting comments that I think are funny or relevant or whatever, or I can't showcase people's super chats if they do that. So apologies in advance. I think this is the last time I'm using StreamYard. I used it last night. We did our monthly members only private live stream. Had all kinds of problems. It took me like half an hour to sort all them out. So I think I'm done with StreamYard. I'm either just not going to use it at all. I think Dell was recommending something else to try out. Brad Raydell, what's going on? I was just texting with Brad on Messenger earlier today. He was helping me out, sort out some stuff. I've been having two problems down here. The first one over here I solved by myself. Robotron was having, it's always had issues with sounds. The latest issue it had was it was sometimes playing the wrong sounds. And I was able to fix that on my own just by swapping in a new PIA chip on the soundboard. And I think it's good to go now. The other issue that I was having, that I was asking Brad about, was with Joust. Often when I boot up Joust for the first time, it'll show up with like 4 credits or 8 credits or 12 credits entirely on its own. There was no credits on the machine, when it was powered off. And then it sometimes starts a 1 or 2 player game entirely by itself. Brad thinks it might be the CMOS going bad, so I'll have to take that out. Yeah, Mike, I use OBS to control everything, and I can stream directly from OBS onto YouTube, but there are some features that I like on StreamYard. Like it has a little overlay, where would I be pointing? Right here, it should say my name, like we do that for the podcast. And then also if people have a comment, I can like click on the comment and get it to like emerge. Like I can pin the message in the live chat, but I can't like superimpose it onto the screen. That's something that StreamYard is supposed to be able to do, but it's not working right now. And if I reload or try to do anything, it's going to end the stream. So not so happy about that. Dell's saying EV Mux might be something to use. So yeah. Russell Penner, what's going on, buddy? I was chatting with Russell earlier this evening too. I've been working yesterday and today filming a video that's going to come out on Saturday. Saturday will be the 3rd day of the 12 days of Christmas. It's a pickup video. It's actually a game that I bought from Dell in June at Jeff Kinder's party and our buddy Gibby. So the sort of situation there was Dell sold me a game, but Gibby had it down in like, the Richmond area or maybe south of that in Virginia. He schlepped it up to New Jersey to Jeff Kinder's party, and I picked it up there and brought it down to a different part of Virginia. So we had a little, our own kind of Fastenal going on there. Yeah, Schnell, that's a spoiler, right? You're going to spoil the reveal on Saturday with that. What else is going on here in the live stream? I've got the video for is it Monday? Yeah, Monday is Christmas, right? I got that ready to go. That'll go live. That's already uploaded. Channel members already have early access to it. They'll be able to watch it, or everyone, the channel members are able to watch it now. The public will be able to watch it, scheduled for release at 9 a.m. Eastern on Christmas morning. It's a big unboxing video. I'm unboxing my Claw Secret Santa gift that I received, which blew my mind, and a bunch of other stuff. Some folks had sent me some stuff. I bought some things, you know, different parts and stuff. So really excited to do that. And we've got a bunch of short videos coming out, you know, 60-second tours of different barcades around the country. I've got 2 more project videos, probably the Qbert and Depth Charge. We'll do a live stream on the 27th for the Coin Jam podcast with Liam and Jeremiah and Kay. And then I'm going to do another live stream at about 12:15 a.m. Eastern time. So just after midnight, New Year's Day. So right after the ball drops, I'm going to kiss my wife. She's going to go to bed. The kids will obviously all be in bed, and then I'll jump on the live stream again. We'll hang out some more. And I think I'm going to have a big surprise for you guys, because I've got about 5 games out in the garage that are totally ready to come downstairs. And I think what I'm going to do is totally rearrange my basement. So right now I've got games in a bunch of different places. This is my main arcade, my main lineup. There's stuff that's off camera, like you see the 5 games behind me. I've also got my 2 pins over here. I've got my Play Choice 10 over here, which, by the way, Mike, like, the flyback is behaving, the one that's been in there a while. Like every once in a while I turn it on and there's no black bar, so I don't know what's going on with that. That's over here. I got the Donkey Kong Jr. Cocktail over here. Off camera over here is the Asteroids Cabaret. Out in the garage, I got a bunch of working games. Encore MPW, what's up? Ethan Spencer, how you doing, man? Thanks so much for being a channel member. Out in the garage, I got a bunch of working games. 5 or 6 of them, I think 5 I'm going to bring down here. Also in the basement, I've got Centipede and NBA Jam in another room. That's really the kids' room. I think what I'm going to do is pull the pins and the Play Choice 10 and put them into a different room in the basement, sort of a bigger open area, and then maybe put 5 more games along this wall so that the pins will all be out. Anyway, so hopefully I'll have that all ready for the New Year's Day live stream. So that'd be cool to do after midnight. And yeah, I've also got a game in my break room at work. Yeah, hey, Arcade Maze, what's up? Arcade Maze is also a channel member. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, doing the New Year's arcade live stream just after midnight. That should be fun. We'll see how long we can stay up kicking it with that. Sean saying, yeah, we got some heavy hitters in here tonight. I think we got some celebrities here, quite a few folks with YouTube channels. So that's always awesome. Make sure you're subscribed to Mike's channel. Make sure you're subscribed to Gazella's Arcade, Dell's Arcade. Brad has a channel, but he like almost never posts anything on it. Yeah, so yeah, basically what this is all about, right? You've heard me talk about this 12 Days of Arcademas. Basically, I did this last year, so this is our 2nd annual edition of it. Basically, what I do is I'm sort of a lunatic. I get, yeah, Cazella's Arcade has the Welcome to the Arcade Fund. He just joined recently. Wait, did that just happen? Hold on a second. See, this is why I wish I had StreamYard working properly so I could highlight that. Yeah, Cazella's just joined today, just joined now. Dude, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just now, awesome. And I wish I could click on this, and like I can't, like with StreamYard, I should be able to like make it pop up and stay on the screen, but I can't because StreamYard stinks and it's not working. So I'm really sorry about that. Thanks so much for joining. We'll talk a little bit about channel membership later. That is awesome. Anyway, that kind of threw me for a loop. So yeah, 12 Days of Arcademas. What I do is I kind of take advantage of the fact that I have a lot of time off this time of year. So my last day of work for the year was yesterday. I took today and tomorrow off on vacation time. I had some vacation saved up, and my company just closes between Christmas and New Year's. All of our customers are closed. Nothing's going on anyway, so the company's just closed, all next week. And so I can spend all that time, hanging out with my family and doing all the stuff, but also making content for you all, working on games, putting videos together, that sort of thing. I try to bank a bunch. I got basically half of the 12 days, more than half actually, already done in the can, ready to go. So every day between now and that live stream on New Year's Day, I'm doing a new video every single day, right? And technically, if you include yesterday, which was our monthly members only live stream, private live stream, 13 days in a row, but that's a little bonus for those guys. So every day for 12 straight days. Some of them are live streams like this one and the Coin Jam podcast and New Year's. Some of them are short videos. All of them, I think this time, are going to be 60-second tours of various barcades across the country. I travel a bit for work, so this time we've got Utah and Pennsylvania and New York City, and 2 in Colorado. I've also got 2 more in Colorado filmed, but those will be in January, and 1 in New Jersey filmed. So I got a lot of those good to go, and we'll do several project updates or project videos. So the one on Saturday is going to be a pickup of, like I said, that game that I got from Dell. I've been working on that. I'm almost ready to power it on and test it. I've been doing a bunch of stuff. I've got 5 volts, but I don't think I have 12 volts. But I think it only uses 12 volts for sound, so I might be able to do a board test with just the 5 volts. And then 2 project videos, like I said, probably Qbert and probably Depth Charge. Depth Charge, I'm actually kind of excited about. What I need to do with Depth Charge is do a cap kit on the monitor and replace all of the buttons because they're wrong. And I want to replace the multi-cap, the filter cap on the XM501. It's a black and white raster monitor. I've never worked on a black and white before. I'm a little bit I don't know about nervous or intimidated. It's just different, right? So I'm a little bit anxious about it. I got some tips from Russell last night on the live stream. He's a channel member. I've been watching Sean's videos on classic arcade repairs. Sean's an awesome dude. Sean's been helping me out. He sent me, I don't think it's arrived yet, a new flyback, or not a new, but a working flyback for my Matsushita, the one that caught on fire in my most recent video. So yeah, so the other thing with the Depth Charge, we were just talking about it last night on the members live stream. The art's not in the best condition. One side of the side art's been completely ripped off. One is maybe, the other side is like 75% intact. The CPO is there, but it's a bit chewed up, probably even a little bit worse than my play choice. And the front panel, so it has side art, obviously a marquee, but it has side art, a control panel, and a kick plate. And the kick plate has been painted over, and I can tell it's like torn up, right? I can see a little bit of it poking through, but it's missing in spots. Frog Puppet, what's up? Frog Puppet's also a channel member. And I knew a couple months ago, Galloping Ghost Reproductions had a CPO, but they only had a CPO. And I just checked yesterday, they've got the full art package now, or at least the side art, the kick plate, and the CPO. So I'll probably be getting that sometime next year. Yeah, excited to work on that. And with the Qbert, I've got to rebuild the joystick and then repair the control panel. Dell sent me, he had just parted out a Qbert where the cabinet was basically melting. I've got the sort of volume control sort of utility panel thing, because I didn't have sound the last time I tested the board. The game played fine, that was great. I didn't have any sound. I was trying to do all this sort of like these jumper wires to kind of hack around the fact that it didn't have the right volume pot. So I don't know if my soundboard isn't working. It looks good. It's got the sound chip, the very expensive to replace sound chip. Harness is all good. So hopefully we'll be able to get that working. We'll rebuild the joystick. I got a rebuild kit from Arcade Shop, and I've been stripping the paint off the Qbert cabinet. So excited about that. So lots of stuff going on for the 12 Days of Arcademas, and hopefully you all will enjoy it. And all those videos from last year are still on a playlist on the channel if you want to go back and watch all that. And I know other people have time off this time of year, or they're traveling or whatever. So if I can help entertain you while you're off of work and maybe trying to avoid your in-laws or that sort of thing, hey, Overtime Arcade is there for you. So yeah, we got some great folks here. I think I know all you guys that are in the live chat, which is fantastic. So I need that, Dell. Dell says, I've decided to part with the unobtainium Qbert vent on the top, Mr. Charlie. We should talk, Mr. Dell. I would like to purchase that from you, sir. Thank you. Still trying to figure out what to do with the second Qbert cabinet. Please, offer suggestions, offer recommendations, advice if you have them. So I've got 2 empty Qbert cabinets. One's been totally stripped. One has most of the sort of, hardware and stuff. I've pieced together a lot of the hardware from largely from Dell, but some other folks. So I think I could put 2 together. I've got a complete working, I've got a complete board set that is known to be working except for the soundboard, but I think the soundboard is okay. I'm trying to decide what to do. Dell is saying convert it to a Mad Planets, which I would love to do, and I've been actually collecting some Mad Planets stuff. I've got a Mad Planets joystick. I've got a Mad Planets Repro CPO. I've technically got a Mad Planets power board based on the model number, right, which is like GV102 for Mad Planets or something like that. I know Qbert is GV103A, I think. So I could do that. I could restore it to a Qbert. I've got a second Qbert CPU or a main board. It's got some acid damage. I haven't tested it yet. I've got a J-Rock. I could do the J-Rock route with the Mad Planets. I could restore it to a Qbert and sell it because Qberts have been going for crazy prices. That could fund a couple of projects right there. I know lots of folks want Qberts. Liam and Sam from Retrobotics in particular really want a Qbert. I kind of, and hopefully I don't blow him up by saying this. He just got one of his, he's gotten a couple grails lately. He got that Space Duel cocktail, which is awesome. It's the best way to play Space Duel. He got a Major Havoc in conversion in a Major Havoc in a Space Duel cabinet. And he just got his real grail, which is the 6-player X-Men, right? And which is enormous. He had a 4-player X-Men, and now he's selling a 4-player X-Men. So if anybody on the East Coast, Maryland, DC, Mid-Atlantic area is interested in a 4-player X-Men, working 4-player X-Men, it's in decent shape for a good price, you want to hit up Liam and Sam. Liam goes by 64-bit on the Cloud forums, and his their YouTube channel, Liam and Sam, husband and wife team, is Retrobotics. I threw him a message the other day. I'm like, hey, because like he hasn't sold it yet. It's been for sale for a couple of weeks, and I said, hey, I don't expect you to take this, and I'm not even officially offering it, but I've thought about a trade where I would give him my an empty Qbert cabinet, an empty Joust cabinet because I have an extra. A working converted Robotron. It was converted to a JAMA like billiards game. I think Perfect Billiards or something like that. And the Qbert, the Robotron, the Joust. Darn, I thought one other thing. For the X-Men, and he hasn't said no yet. I thought there was a fourth thing that I was going to trade him to. Or maybe a bunch of parts. But anyway, so I don't know. I've never been super into superheroes. The last time I really liked superhero stuff was, The Dark Knight was great. I liked the X-Men cartoon, right? I liked the Batman animated series, and obviously all the Batman movies, Dark Knight and before were worth watching, but never been a huge superhero person. I wouldn't mind having a Ninja Turtles at some point. I've actually got, and was playing it last night on the live stream, I've got Ninja Turtles 2 for the Play Choice now, but would love to have, which is funny because that's an arcade port of a console part of an arcade game, right? So that's kind of funny. Yeah, Cazellas is right, Dell. That Wicco Mad Planet spinner has been out of stock for a while. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that Qbert. I do kind of want a Mad Planets, but I feel like it would be sacrilegious to convert it, from legitimately a Qbert to a Mad Planet. So if I do that, I would probably not convert the artwork. I would put put the Mad Planets control panel on, or a CPO on, but I probably would leave the sides yellow, maybe put Qbert side art on, throw a J-Rock in there, and kind of call it done. But yeah, Wayne says he'd love to find a TMT close to home. So that's a bit of an update on what's going on. I've been working on the Frogger. Frogger's working with the BitKit 2, which is fantastic, from Aaron Crafty Mech. Really like that. Let's see. I am gonna put a original hardware in it eventually. I've been collecting the stuff that I need to take I'm gonna keep the BitKit, but the BitKit's what I'm gonna have to move around between between cabinets. And Cazell has been helping me out, so thanks, buddy, for that. We'll be revealing that soon. The next thing that I'd love to use that BitKit for is there's a game for sale right now that I should probably just get. It's another one that Liam and Sam want, but I let them have dibs and they passed on it. I've been trying to negotiate with the seller. It would be a great thing to throw a BitKit in because the game is one that the BitKit supports, but I'm trying to work. I'm playing the long game with the seller. I don't think he's going to be able to sell it for what he's asking for it, which isn't a terrible price, but I'd like to get a little bit cheaper. So yeah, Frogger's in the queue. I got the kangaroo sort of back squared away. I still want to get that Matsushita working against it because I'm a masochist. I'm leaving the do run for now, as is in the Dig Dug cocktail, because I've been having a ton of fun playing do run. And yeah, Pango's doing great. I know just a minute ago, Russell was saying he needs a speaker grill for Pango. That should be relatively easy to find, Russell, because Sega Gremlin used that same speaker grill for a long time. That's the same as the Frogger speaker grill. So you should be able to check that out. Yeah, Frog Puppet, awesome question. Frog Puppet asked an awesome question. He says, super excited for the Frogger, for obvious reasons, you know, given his screen name here. And Frog Puppet asks, putting side art on it. That is a big dilemma that I'm having. So I need to strip the black paint because the sides have been painted black. It had been converted to a caliber 50. I already sold the caliber 50 kit to Kachur 311. Why am I blanking on his name? Steve Lady out in Wicked Arcade. What's up, dude? Been selling the so I sold the caliber 50 kit to Steve Lady from Mosaic Arcade out in Las Vegas, and he was thrilled with the green rotary, the super rare green rotary joysticks and the PCB and everything. So I need to strip the paint off, and I think I can see kind of poking through. I think the original wood grain vinyl is intact on the side of the cabinet, so that should be okay. But I have a big, I know, right? So everyone says put the side art on, right? Delusional says put the Frogger side art on. You know, and there is, you know, so the story is well, for me personally, I have never seen a unrestored Frogger in the wild that actually had side art, right? And I think it was kind of like the Tempest cabarets, where most of them from the factory did not ship with side art. It was optional, and either you had to pay for it or get it later or whatever. So most of the Froggers I've seen didn't have side art. It was just, you know, wood grain vinyl on the sides, and then obviously all the artwork on the front. And so part of me, so there, I think there's actually three options, right? So I could just leave it the wood grain vinyl, right? Which to me is, from my nostalgia, more correct. You know, they do have, and This Old Game and others makes it's like half size, half the length of the cabinet, Frogger side art, you know, with the frog with the briefcase, you know, and the tie, right? And it looks cool, but that's not what my nostalgia is for. So that is option two, and that's a legitimate option. Option number three is go in the Seinfeld route, right? So if you remember from the Frogger episode on Seinfeld, where, you know, George is trying to save his high score, the pizza shop is closing down, he rigs up a battery to keep his high score, right? And then he plays Frogger in the street with the actual cabinet and gets run over. If you remember this, there was side art on that cabinet, but it wasn't correct side art. It wasn't Sega side art. It looks like what they did was, and I've been looking really closely at this, they took the frog graphic from the CPO. So on the CPO, you know, it has the tire tread on one side, and it has it's just a joystick game, no buttons, player buttons, but there's no action button. And it has, it's a four-way skinny Wicco. And printed on the CPO, they have a frog, a frog going up, a frog going left, a frog going down, a frog going right. They took that icon of the frog, blew it up, and put a couple of those on the sides of the cabinet for the Seinfeld Frogger. People have reproduced that in the past. I don't know if there's been like big production runs. I kind of want to do that, right? Because it's going to be stuck in a row, right? You're not going to see the side art. But if you kind of like peek, you'll see the Seinfeld version of the side art. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Let's see. Yeah, the Seinfeld Frogger is cool. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to play a game? Should we do some gameplay? Let's see the games we've got in the lineup. We've got Asteroids off camera. we've got Robotron, we've got Armor Attack, we've got Tempest, we've got Joust, which is kind of behaving, Donkey Kong Jr. right here in the cocktail. We've got the Munsters pinball. We've got Star Trek The Next Generation pinball. We've got Play Choice 10 fully loaded. The games are Balloon Fight, which is really cool. Castlevania, which I did a playthrough on that on Halloween, and that video did not perform well. Contra, Dr. Mario, Rygar, Gauntlet, Mario Bros, Duck Hunt and Wild Gunman, even though I don't have the gun connected, and Ninja Turtles 2. So anybody want to play a game? Wicked Arcade said, let's play some DK. Some DK would be dope. Frog Puppet, we'll do pinball too. So I'll get set up for DK and then decide which pinball you want me to play. I don't have the remixes. I'm all about originality, Dell. So let's go set up to play a little bit of Donkey Kong. Ethan said Turtles. We will play Turtles as well, but let's do Donkey Kong and then pinball. So why don't you guys decide which of the two pinball games you want me to play? So we'll come over here. Hopefully you guys aren't going to get sick by this transition. All right. How's that looking? We can get a little bit closer. All right. Does that look good? Sean, buddy! Sean Cruikshank with the massive $232 million super chat donation. This is also Sean's 5th super on a live stream. Sean is an awesome guy, great channel member, huge supporter. Can't thank him enough. I've got something cool to show off from Sean on the Christmas morning unboxing video that I'm kind of hiding in my off the side of my desk right now. Sean, dude, thank you so much. And like I said, I can't, because I don't have, the StreamYard isn't working right. I can't highlight your super chat and put it on the screen, but thank you so much, dude. Really, really appreciate that. Am I missing anything else? Yeah, super chat. Awesome. All right, let's play a little bit of Donkey Kong and see if we can at least get to the Pie Factory. To me, in my head, that's my gauge on whether or not I'm having a good game. So let's go ahead and start. I'm not going to be able to, just because of how I have stuff set up, I'm not going to be able to see the live chat while we're doing this. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I think I've got some people assigned as moderators just in case Jerry Voluptuous shows up and starts going crazy. I love you, Jerry. All right. Watch out for that wild barrel. Okay. Yeah, believe it or not. Oh, bad. The most watched video that I've ever done on my channel was a short about Donkey Kong, and I kind of had a bit of a clickbait title. Really, Ty got angry by it. What's up, Ty, if you're watching this? Called Donkey Kong The Lost Level, ? And it was basically how the Pie Factory didn't appear in most home ports. Like the NES version doesn't have the Pie Factory, which I know really is the cement factory. But yeah, most of the home ports didn't have it. So unless you were good enough to make it to the Pie Factory in the arcade version, you might not even know that it existed. So I don't know, I'm terrible at these games. This is not the gameplay tutorial. But yeah, I did a video that sort of said, hey, there's a level in Donkey Kong that you might not have even seen because it doesn't show up until like the third sort of cycle through the levels. Yeah, I made it through to that and chopped it up into a 60-second video to show it to folks if they've never seen it. All right. And I kind of follow the pattern here for point pressing, where you try to get everybody off to the side here, although I've kind of screwed it up. And then you jump over DK's foot at the top of the screen. Let's lure this guy up. There we go. All right. Come at me, bro. What you gonna do? Nope. I might have to put another credit into this thing. My goodness. But yeah, you know, this is where it all began. This is such a, you know, such a classic, iconic game to me. And then with DK Jr., my kids just don't understand, right? They're like, why is Mario the bad guy? Mario can't be a bad guy. What's going on? But you know, it's true. Mario is the bad guy. Come on up. Come get some. Nope. Nope. All right. See if I can get him come up here. Get that second hammer. Come on over. There we go. And that the attract mode sounds from the play choice are so loud. There we go. Racking up the points. I kind of messed up there, but we'll see how far we can get. Maybe we'll play another game before coming back to DK. All right. Hopefully you all are behaving in the live chat. You guys seen the new oops, I'm talking, I'm distracting myself. The new sort of reimagining of Starcade. So the Wieners and Losers guy, I forget his name. He's the one with the Airbnb arcade. And he made a couple of like pilot episodes of basically a reboot of the Starcade game show, you know, which I always loved. Oh no. All right, did we decide what pinball we're gonna play? No, there's no red joystick. There's no red joystick. Yeah, Billy Bob's right. Super Mario is basically a spin-off, right? It's a I don't have the high score kit in here yet, so there we go. Yeah. Super Mario is basically a spin-off. Russell wants Star Trek. Let's play some Star Trek. All right. Let's see. When's the last time I cleaned this glass? All right. That's probably the best right there. You're not really going to see the drain, but that's fine. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's play some Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yes, it does have a yeah. So, Mike, I can't believe you would say red joystick on the Donkey Kong. No, it's got a normal Nintendo metal 4-way joystick. And yes, I already had a credit. Yeah, I got a credit dot on this thing because I can so rarely get the Delta Quadrant shot to go, and that means it doesn't trigger the Borg entry whatever switch. So that's why that credit dot is on. And every time I pull the glass out, go into the switch test, and physically, you know, hit the switch and clear that out, and everything's fine. So maybe I'll actually hit that shot today. So let's go ahead and start. All right. What should I do? Let's go straight to start or lock. Let's do lock. There we go. And I'm kind of off to the angle because the camera's in the way. So we'll see what happens with that. I already feel like it's weird, this angle. All right. Asteroid threat. That's blast asteroids. I know you can't see the DMD, but there isn't a great way to do that. Yeah, I can't even like see my shots with the camera in the way. There we go. We got it anyway. No excuses. Play like a champion. I feel like my face is going to hit the camera. I'm so close. All right, let's hit it. Ooh. Oh, we're draining. Can you guys even see the ball? Is this this view good at all? Is this working? Is this working for you all? All right, let's do light lock again. See if we can get the Borg multi-ball. All right, 2 balls locked. Oops, I know I'm hitting the camera and out lane. Oh, we got return to duty. Yeah. There we go. Ball save. All right, command decision. Let's do the let's do battle simulation. I like that one. Sort of an interesting feature that the game has, these 2 torpedo launchers. If I can line up the shot right. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, so there's 2 torpedo launchers. I've got replacement plastics for them, but I think they're in decent shape. The motor on the left is kind of slow, so I don't know if I need to check the voltage or what, but it works and it passes the test, but it doesn't turn at the same speed that the other one does. Let's do 25 million. All right. All right. I want to do the multi-ball. And right to the out lane. No good. No good. No, we're not going to continue that. Let's see if we match. 144 million. Terrible. Oh, I did match. All right. What did I think Ethan had a game he wanted me to play. Jerry's substitute. All right, what's going on here? Turtles. Ethan wants turtles. Let's play some turtles. Okay. All right. TMNT. Let's play some TMNT for Ethan. Now this is on the play choice 10, which gets a little weird. Oh, let me get back to OBS. The play choice 10, and look at this, Mike. I don't see a black bar. Do you see a black bar? I mean, maybe, but it's so imperceptible. Maybe I'm seeing it more than I was seeing it yesterday. But, you know, if I didn't point it out, you never would notice, right? Let's get this lined up. All right, let's play some TMNT. So one of the things that's weird with the play choice is you don't buy lives, you buy time, right? Because these are just NES ROMs, unlike the, you know, Versus system where Nintendo had, you know, different ROMs. Other, you know, they were different than the NES version, so they were designed to be harder, right, to eat your quarters up. With the Play Choice 10, it was basically, yeah, just the NES ROMs. And so this is so funny because Turtles was an arcade game that then got ported to the home system, and then from the home system got ported to back to the arcade. We tried doing the Konami code last night, but I couldn't get it entered right. I don't know if it's because the joystick makes it a little less, you know, precise than a D-pad for entries like that. But yeah, let's play a little DK or a little. Here we go. That's my move right there. You know, because your regular weapon attack is pretty weak. Your regular weapon attack and kick. Like those basic guys, you have to hit them twice. But if you hit them with this like quick jump attack, like a little short jump and hit, that's twice as powerful, right? And it's got a huge hitbox. So even if it looks like, you know, you didn't hit them, it's got a huge hitbox for that sort of quick jump attack. See how I have to hit them twice with a jump or a regular hit. Watch out for the wrecking ball. And it always ticked me off as a kid that the wrecking ball didn't hurt the Foot Clan. It only hurts the good guys. All right. All right. Okay. I still need to adjust the colors a little bit more in this this monitor, but I had it because I needed it like bright enough to register. Because this one is the weaker tube. I needed it bright enough to register the for the light gun. So the colors are a bit funky. Like the green is needs to be a little bit more powerful. The brightness is fine though. But I played so much of this in the arcade and at home. Any other big Turtles fans out there? I remember when the first movie came out. The first one was great. The second one was, you know, different, right? With vanilla ice. But as a kid, you know, that was cool. But now the second one I can't even really watch. And they made a third. I think I only watched that once on VHS. That was like isn't that the one where they go back to like ancient Japan or something? I don't remember. Speaking of VHS, they've been doing a little passing around a tape on Clav, and I am the next recipient of the movie what is it? Hollywood Zap. It's like it's kind of like Porky's, and it's apparently worse than Joysticks, which is a must-watch at least once. That's kind of like imagine Porky's in an arcade, and that's what Joysticks is. And Hollywood Zap is apparently worse. It's made by Troma, which is the same company that made the Toxic Avenger and those types of movies, right? We'll juggle these guys in the corner. That's how you get them, trap them. Yeah, you gotta trap them though. So I'm excited to watch that. That's apparently worse than Hollywood Zap, and it features Zaxxon and I think some other Sega games. So Zaxxon very, very prominently. Here we go. It's that first level. I haven't even lost a life yet. So I'm excited to watch that. It's funny, right? Like I think the person who has it right now is Applejack, who's Brian from the Coin Rejects podcast. And Brandon, who used to be on the Coin Rejects podcast, he now does he goes by Advans 13 on Clav, and he's doing a Twitch stream now every Wednesday. So he's probably actually streaming right now. Maybe I shouldn't have picked Wednesday to do this live stream. And I don't think on YouTube you can like have people, like you can like point someone, sort of like a raid on Twitch, where when you finish your stream, you can send your viewers to another stream, and it's called a raid. I don't think you can go from YouTube to Twitch because YouTube doesn't like Twitch. All right, let's do this. Oh, come on, rock steady. Let's just do this. Ooh. Oh, come on. There we go. Right in the face. But Brandon, so his Twitch channel is called Deckard995, I think, like Deckard from what's the Harrison Ford movie in the 80s with the replicants? Somebody help me. Why am I with the Atari logo, the neon, and then they did another one. I want to say Robotron 2084, but I know that's not it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, Deckard, yeah. Why am I blanking on the name of that movie? I love that movie. But he is a huge Brandon is a huge B-movie fan, And so he does. I think the Coin Rejects is the thing that reminded me about joysticks. I hadn't seen it like forever. And he loves B movies, so he does at the end of every one of his live streams, he does a little B movie review, and and then tells people, hey, your homework assignment for next week is to go watch this B movie. And a really good one that he put me onto is called The Silent Earth. And I think it's from like late 70s, early 80s. I believe it's like set in Australia, and I think it was made in Australia. And it's about basically this guy who works for the Australian military. They're doing some sort of physics experiment, and he accidentally like ends the world, like kills everybody on the planet, and he's all there by himself. Pizza when you don't need it. I'll leave it there until, there we go. Pizza is like the Turtles version of wall chicken. Oh, am I not supposed to hit the girl, right? Yeah, so speaking of B movies with Hollywood Zap, that made me think of Brandon. Sorry, Brandon, if I'm keeping people from watching your live stream tonight. There we go. All right. Yeah, that jump attack is just so P, as my kids would say, which means overpowered for anyone older than Ethan. We got some young bucks in the hobby though. Ethan's pretty young. Dillweed's pretty young. Liam and Jeremiah are actually pretty young too. I think Liam is early 30s. Jeremiah, I think, is still in his 20s. There we go. They are middle-aged or older. I think I'm even kind of below the average. You know, I'm early 40s. So I was born in the golden age. Let's say that. Golden age of arcade games. All right, Bebop. There he is. Bebop is really just like a strong, more powerful version of Rocksteady. See, he's really good about punching you right after you land your kick. Ugh. All right. Ethan, remind me, did I get past Bebop last night? Let's see. Down to my last life. And it's not like I can credit feed, because if you die, you die. I think they might allow continues, but like not credit continues. Oof. 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 We'll continue this. It won't let me continue directly though, right? Oh man. Well, yeah, it'll put me at the beginning of the level. So why don't we come back to the desk here, hang out a little bit more. I probably missed a bunch. Oh, Arcade Maze says 57. Cybermind Arcade, welcome. 43. Hey, Brian. Yeah, I was on a Zoom call with a bunch of cool folks last night. So thanks for having me. Russell's almost 60. Almost 60. Right. What did I? Yeah, Blade Runner. How could I forget that? How could I forget the name Blade Runner? My goodness. Oh. Yeah. I love dropping little Blade Runner references now and then. Yeah, Sean, thanks again for that super chat, buddy. Really appreciate it. Never necessary, but always appreciated. Let's see. Oh, Mike had to dip out. Thanks for coming by, Mike. Mike's a great dude. I learn a ton from watching Mike's channel on monitor repair. He also helps me out. Like I send him questions and stuff. Let's see. Billy Bob asks a good question. Or I guess Wayne was saying, Ethan was never a Star Trek guy. Oh my goodness. Wayne says his outrun boards are supposed to be delivered tomorrow. Hopefully get something that works. Yeah, I know those boards can be tricky. Billy Bob says, are you willing to deal with EM pinball machines, or do you just stay away? So I don't dislike EM. There's some that are terrible, right? But for me, I like it as a little variety, right? I think it's something like, let's just do this. It'll be stuck on continue. I think in a large collection, having maybe 10% EMs is a good balance, right? So if I owned maybe 10 pins, which I doubt I ever will, I wouldn't mind having an EM, an interest, one of the more complex, faster, interesting EMs. There's some good EMs out there. Sean says Contra next. Yeah, we can do Contra next. I think the Konami code works on Contra on the play choice. We can try doing that. Encore just got a Zabo art kit. Awesome. What game's that for, Encore? Ethan hates Vanilla Ice. I'm like, hey man, you had to be there, right? It was one of those things. You had to be there. She-Line Gaming in the house. Thanks for coming. She-Line was watching Bluey and putting the little one to bed. So yeah, kids come first. I know that. All my kids that have to be put to bed, by their parents are all in bed now. The older ones are still, actually they're probably all in bed by now. Thanks for coming, She-Lion. The micro biker gang joysticks, yeah. Yeah, joysticks is at least funny. 4-player turtles is great, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Night of the Comet, yep. Billy Bob is not 16. I don't believe that, unless you're born on a leap year, but even then. Let's see. Jerry Voluptuous, 46 but look 45. It's the beard, Jerry. And welcome, Jerry. I'm glad you could make it. Jerry's another awesome Overtime Arcade channel member. And this is right here is a pizza box from Jerry's restaurant. I think it's the best pizza that I've ever had in the Philly area. Mambroso's in Ashton, right? I think is the name of the town, or Aston. Brad Raydell's back. Yeah. Oh, today's Thursday. Why is today? Yeah, today is Thursday. I must have missed. Let's see. Did I miss it? Oh, maybe he didn't do it yesterday. It says his last Brandon's last stream was 8 days ago. Interesting. I guess he missed yesterday. He hit 60 followers on what's it called? Twitch. He hit 60 on Twitch. He's already monetized, which is great. Just catching up here. The Noon Dune soundtrack. So you're triggering me. So I am a pretty big Dune fan, right? I've read the original series written by Frank Herbert. Awesome. I own every single one of those books, multiple copies of some of them. I love even the ones that are underappreciated. Like I think Children of Dune and Dune Messiah are great books, right? Like my favorite is God Emperor of Dune. If you're not familiar with Dune, Dune is basically what George Lucas ripped off for the original Star Wars story. Everybody knows Star Wars, but then they go and they read Dune. They're like, wait, Dune is ripping off Star Wars, but actually Dune came first. So, kid born on a desert planet, develops these awesome skills, has a weird relationship with his father. There's an emperor, there's stormtroopers, there's basically there's a Jedi called the Bene Gesserit, but they're all women, right? It's crazy. I love Dune. I actually thought the 1984 movie was actually pretty good if you watch the director's cut, which is like 4.5 hours long, but you got to be committed. You need to read the book first to really understand it. But most Dune adaptations have been bad. I thought the most recent one was okay. I'll watch the second one, but the books is really where it's at for me. Jerry Voluptuous with a $999 million super chat donation. Jerry says, thanks to the plug. Hey, man, you don't have to pay for these commercials. I will point out to, I will plug your pizza all day long. Yeah, Jerry, really appreciate the donation. Jerry's been a huge supporter of the channel from way early on. And I think, let me double check this. Yeah, in fact, Jerry Voluptuous was our first channel member in the United States. It's funny, our first two channel members, once I got monetized and had the ability to do that, our first two channel members are actually in Norway. So that's Slowcade and Arctic Arcade. Arctic Arcade has a cool YouTube channel too, but he only puts out videos a couple times a year. But yeah, Jerry was our first American channel member. Jerry's always been so generous. Thank you so much, buddy, for the super chat donation. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Cybermind says Pizza Hut really changed things past 99. But I think we were talking about this in the channel, the private members only Discord server. There's a couple places around the country that are called like Pizza Hut Classic or something like that. So they are not normal Pizza Huts, or maybe they are normal as like according to what they should be like back in the day. So these are places that they look like an old Pizza Hut on the outside. They look like an old Pizza Hut on the inside with like the stained glass like lamps and the red, translucent cups and all that stuff. Maybe they all have, Ms. Pac-Man cocktail tables. And I keep wanting to go to one. There's a couple that are within a couple hours of me. And I really want to check one out when I can make the timing right, when I'm driving somewhere and they're along the way and I can stop there. I've got time and I can just stop, I talk about this, quite a bit sometimes. I do a decent amount of traveling for work now. Last couple of years, not so much, but certainly the past year or two, back to normal with traveling. I usually take about one trip a month. Back in the day, a couple of jobs ago, it was like 75% of the time it was San Francisco, and then it would be random places. And I got so tired of flying to San Francisco over and over again. Now what I do is I've got a different job, same amount of travel, but it's different places all the time, right? I go to New York a fair amount. I go to North Carolina a fair amount. This year I've been to Denver and Cincinnati. And the coolest trip I did was all in the span of 48 hours. I flew from DC, where I live, to Dallas, connecting to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, got a rental car, cut through Montana to check Montana off of my list. I'd never been to Montana before. Then through Idaho to Idaho Falls is really where I was going, stayed there overnight, and then drove from Idaho Falls down to Salt Lake, and then flew from Salt Lake to Charlotte and then connected home. That was on the span of 48 hours. It was incredible. I've got the video coming out tomorrow is a 60-second tour of an arcade in Utah, just north of Salt Lake, called Flynn's Retrocade. So see that video tomorrow. Did that on that trip. I just got back from another sort of epic road trip, and I try to drive as much as possible, whether I'm driving from home or flying somewhere and then driving. I like flying, but I don't like airports. So as much the amount of time that I can stay out of airports and airlines, not dealing with airlines, the better. I do like driving. So I did this epic road trip. On my previous trip to New York, I had picked up a Pango project for Russell, who's a channel member, and he's been in the live chat here. Picked up a complete Pango project in Pennsylvania for $200. It was a great price. Russell's out in Denver, so we're like, how are we going to get it to him? So I picked it up in Pennsylvania, drove it to Virginia, stayed at my house for about a month, and then I had a trip where I had to get to like Western Tennessee, so like an hour west of Nashville. So I loaded it up on my truck. I drove to Nashville, made 2 stops along the way. I picked up an empty gyrus cabinet, not for me. And then I stopped at Bucky's, because you got to go to Bucky's, and Bucky's is now expanding outside of Texas. I'm a road trip king, and I am a connoisseur of upscale gas stations. And everyone knows about like Sheetz and Wawa, which are great, but like Bucky's is an echelon above that. Imagine if you've never heard of a Bucky's or never been to a Bucky's. Imagine a gas station the size of Walmart with like 100 pumps and a giant store on the inside, and like some of the best chopped brisket barbecue sandwiches you'll ever have. They have an entire wall of jerky. I've got a bag of, I don't know where I put it. I got a bag of Bohemian garlic, Bucky's jerky up. Anyway, and then I stopped at Cameron McCaslin's house in Nashville, dropped off the Pango and dropped off the gyrus, because the gyrus was for him. He's got a working gyrus, but his cabinet was in rough shape. So I think he got this empty cabinet for like $100. Great deal. And then I hung out with him. I did a little tour of his, you know, he's got a garage packed to the gills with projects and a nice lineup in his house. And then I went to, on the other side of Nashville, I went to Hot Rod Arcade. Chris Royalty, he owns pinballplaning.com. Awesome tour of his place. Did all of that in this video. This is the Matsushita Flyback on Fire. Sort of did a combo video of working on the Matsushita and this road trip tour. And then I went to, you know, my work event the next day, an hour west of Nashville. And then I drove back and I took the northern route back. I went through Kentucky, stopped at Jeremiah Jackson's place. He's like in the Richmond, Kentucky area. So that's like kind of near Lexington, I think. Maybe an hour outside of Lexington. Anyway, I did a little bit of video at his place, but that's going to be in the video that comes out on Christmas morning. So that was cool. So that was a 1,400-mile road trip. Awesome. Tons of fun. So I can't even remember what I was talking about now. Oh, Encore just got TMT art, which is cool. Got that from Zabos, right? Yeah, Billy Bob says he's got a nice, or he knows a guy with a nice but non-functional Evel Knievel. So that's a cool, like really late EM pins, I think are like that are cool. Spirit of 76 I like. There's a couple like that. Yeah, Norway, Brad. Norway, yeah. Pizza Hut Classic. I think Sean might have been the one telling me about that. Pizza the Hut. Yeah, I definitely want to try out a Pizza Hut Classic. So I'm trying to like line up one of my next trips so I can get to one of these Pizza Hut Classics. The lunch buffet, that was, I remember the Pizza Hut lunch buffet. Oh my gosh. Getting like a big like dollop of macaroni salad at the salad bar. Yeah, man. Yeah, Delta. I actually, Brad, have had the worst luck with United. So the airport closest to me is Dulles, one of the major airports in the DC area. And unfortunately, I have status on United, and I don't want status on United. The only time I've ever flown first class was on United, and it was terrible. Economy Plus on Virgin America was better than first class on United. I had one long trip where I was going to England for like 9 months. This is before I was married, flew United. And I was there for so long across multiple seasons. I checked 2 full-size suitcases, right? Because I was there for basically a year. And they lost one of my bags on the way there and the other one on the way back. And I never got either of those suitcases back, which is awesome. Eric Oren, hey, buddy. I don't recognize your name. Thanks for joining. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Eric says he just sold his Pango. Oh, no. Are you in Pennsylvania? Did you sell your Pango to Russell? Did I get it from you? I don't think that guy's name was Eric, though. Yeah, pieces like politics. Brian Frober. Am I saying that right? Frober. I want Bucky's beaver nuggets. I got beaver nuggets here too. Hang on. I gotta find this stuff. Let me find my Bucky's stash. It's somewhere in here. Here it is. And we got this. I'll show you I got 2 bags of Bucky's stuff right here. Because somebody cares about Bucky's. I'm going to show this to you. All right. Back to the desk. All right. So this is a Bucky's bag. Whoops. That's Bucky's mascot. It's a beaver. So there's a lot of beaver jokes with Bucky's, but keep your minds out of the gutter. So I got my Bucky's t-shirt. I needed a new one. And the Bucky's t-shirts include a free sticker on the little tag right there. So I got a Bucky's t-shirt. I actually stopped at 2 Bucky's because there's a Bucky's in Kentucky. That kind of rhymes. Near Jeremiah's house. And I stopped there like just before I got to his house, and I get there and he's got a Bucky's like Yeti steel cup in the sink. So here are Bucky's beaver nuggets. right? So you know that you're coming near a Bucky's because about 50 miles away from a Bucky's, you start seeing billboards like every 10 miles or so. And they're all like beaver jokes, right? And these are beaver nuggets. And if you've never had beaver nuggets, also known as beaver nugs, these are an awesome snack. So these are basically like popped corn, not popcorn, but like puffed corn, kind of like I don't know what it's like. It's almost like a cereal, like a puffed corn cereal, and with like a honey kind of glaze on them. Crunchy, awesome snack. This is my second bag. I bought 2 bags because I already finished one, and then I've got some Bucky's jerky here. Here's the Bohemian garlic, which is really what they're known for. It's their flagship flavor. And also got teriyaki, which is obviously a staple flavor for beef jerky as well. So this stuff will probably tide me over for a month or so of munching while I'm working. But yeah, beaver nuggets, highly recommended. Dell says John's barbecue rub. Has anyone tried that? John, from John's Arcade has a barbecue rub now, a couple different flavors, I think. I think maybe they're sold in stores in New England. I've never seen them in stores here, but they're on Amazon. I don't have a smoker. I've got a regular propane grill. I don't do a bunch of rubs. I wouldn't mind trying it out sometime. I do have. No, it's not here. It's in the kitchen. I've got Billy Mitchell's hot sauce though, which is not terrible. It's Louisiana style, kind of like Crystal, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, Billy. I think it's called Ricky's. It doesn't say Billy Mitchell anywhere on it, but he's somehow involved with the company. So I do recommend. I'll endorse. I'll endorse Billy Mitchell's hot sauce. All right, that's legit at least. Let's see. Billy Bob says Joe Mama's in Port St. Joe, Florida is the best ever. We'll have to do a pizza off. Hey, Jerry, has the Barstool guy, Dave Portnoy, ever done a one bite pizza review at your place? He spends time in Philly. He should come out to your place. Let's see. Whoops, my computer keeps telling me to update, and I'm like, I'm in the live stream, dude. Not doing that now. Oh, Brad, he rubbed you the wrong way. Is that a joke, or is there some bad blood there? Yeah, arcades and Mustangs with Encore. I'm just trying to get caught up here. Economy Plus on Brian Frober says Economy Plus on Alaska. Yeah, so I was a little bit sad when Virgin America went away, but it turned out okay because basically my second favorite airline acquired my number 1 favorite airline. So Alaska acquired Virgin America and took that over. Alaska's pretty good. I had a great flight on Alaska once. I forget which. I might have been flying to Seattle or something like that. This plane was brand new. It was they had just taken receipt of this airplane. This was the first day. I don't think this was the first leg it flew, but this was the first day that plane was in service. The flight attendants couldn't believe how nice everything was. The entertainment screen in my seat, I had to peel the plastic off. The plastic was still on the screen. Brand new. It was awesome. I've never flown Spirit. I have flown. What's the other one that's like Spirit? Frontier. That was an adventure. I flew Frontier to Chicago because I was on my own dime. I was going to a wedding solo. My wife was staying home and watching the kids. I was, I think, an usher in this wedding. And I flew on Frontier, and I was able to fly Frontier without paying any upgrades, right? I didn't even have a carry-on. I wore my suit, and I had a little teeny tiny, basically you call it a clutch. It wasn't even a backpack. And it had my toothbrush. It had a pair of underwear for the next day, and I forget what else, right? And I flew there wearing my suit, and I flew home wearing my suit, and I think I might have been in grad school and was trying to save every penny. So no, maybe I wasn't in grad school. Anyway, I was trying to do it cheap, and that worked. Yeah. Brad with the beaver jokes. Brian says we need Bucky's in California. They keep expanding east. They are. I'm in Virginia. They're supposed to be opening up a Bucky's in Virginia at some point, which would be great. But this is Sheets territory. A little bit of Wawa too. Dell likes my hat right here. I've also got an Overtime Arcade T-shirt on. If you guys know this one, this is the infamous Geo 7 silkscreen air. This is like the top of the board. And on the back, if you can see the back, this is the part side of the chassis. And I think it's I think this is, no, this side is wrong. The back side is wrong, the polarity of C302. Available in the Overtime Arcade official merchandise shop. You'll have to get this hat at Dell's merchandise shop, the Dell's Arcade hat. I've also got Dell's mirror, but it's out in my garage at the workshop. Fresh nugs, yeah. When are you coming back through North Carolina? So Jumping Generals down in NC. I was in NC a bunch last year, maybe only once this year. I'm overdue to going down there. We hired some people in North Carolina though, so maybe that's why I'm not going down there all that much. All right. I guess Jerry had a 94 Mustang. Is that what that means? Cybermind says Bucky's is coming to Missouri, but 3 hours south in Springfield. I think they like to have Bucky's out in the middle of nowhere, right? Like 20 miles outside of a major city, right? So they get no competition. Yeah, Beaver Nuggets, they're legit. The jerky and the Beaver Nuggets, I could live on that. That and Diet Coke. You got to whistle your S's like the Beaver and Lady of the Tramp. That's a good one, Cybermind. More Beaver jokes from Brad. Let's see. Russell says we need to go to Bruce's Bar in Severance, Colorado for Rocky Mountain oysters the next time you're out here. Yeah. So I get out to Denver and Colorado Springs, once or twice a year. I was just out there. Was it end of November, beginning of December? Russell, I met up with Russell. We went to a couple of different places. I don't think I will partake in the Rocky Mountain oysters. Don't worry, Sean. I'm not. I'm not getting into barbecue. I'm more of a hot dog and burgers guy in the grill, and usually it's like a pain in the butt for me to want to actually go out there and clean the grill and do all that stuff. I don't mind it, and then the kids get angry because the burger's overdone. But then if there's any pink on the inside, they're not going to eat it. Anyway, yeah. This is just water. Don't worry. I need to make myself a nice old fashioned though. The company I work for is great. And like most of the companies all, remote. So we had our end of the year all hands call. And, if we were doing it in person, we would have had a happy hour at the end. But because, we're all remote, we sent, and I'm part of the leadership team, we sent drinks to everyone across the country. And so I didn't get to make mine because I was driving home from Kentucky. And I don't think the Kentucky Highway Patrol would appreciate me drinking a old fashioned, but I need to mix that up and have that some night. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm still getting caught up here. Thinking of going to any shows in 2024? I'd love to. I have to get out to Phoenix, I think, in February. Good time of year to go to Phoenix, but that's not when ZapCon is. I'm sure Dell will tell us when ZapCon is. I want to say it's March, so I'm going to miss ZapCon by a couple weeks, unfortunately. I should go to something. Dell keeps, telling me to go to some. I think he does Retro World in Connecticut or Long Island or something like that. So I'd love to go to a show. I definitely need to go to Galloping Ghost. I haven't been to Chicago in probably 10 years. I don't think 10 years ago. Definitely need to get out to Galloping Ghost. Let's see. Have I been to Kansas City? Have I been to Kansas City? I've been to St. Louis. I don't know if I've been to Kansas City. What's the most underrated arcade game in my opinion? I think you need a little different categories, right? There's like popular games that are underappreciated, right? And there's also like hidden gems that are totally unappreciated. I think Pango deserves more recognition than it gets. I mean, people have heard of Pango, but especially if you get Pango with the hot butter popcorn music, which is the way to go. I think Pango really is a underappreciated game. People, most people would put it in their top 100. I think Pango's probably a top 20 game, personally, with the right music. Other underrated games, like an underrated hidden gem. I've really come to appreciate Do Run Run. A lot of people, it's the fourth game in the Mr. Do series, right? It's Mr. Do 4. So Do Run Run is quite great. Cybermine Arcade Live likes Karnov. Yep, Karnov's good. It's hard. Dell says Retro World Expo is in Connecticut. That's where I'm from originally. I get to Connecticut quite a bit. My parents live in Connecticut. And I've got with Dell a couple times while I was there. Devilfish. Jeff Waldron, another Overtime Arcade channel member. Thanks, Jeff. Hey, Merry Christmas, Jeff. Thanks for your support, dude. Devilfish. Let me look up Devilfish real quick. I don't know if I know Devil. I feel like I've heard that name, though. Devilfish. Devilfish from Arctic, not to be confused with Arctic. Dillweed corrected me. 1982 game. I bet you Dillweed has this. Click on Devilfish Collectors. No, there are, unless VAPS is broken, which is not unlikely. There are no Devilfish games owned by active VAPS members. Devilfish. So is this like Pac-Man a little bit? It doesn't look like there's anything you gobble up. Oh, another one that I think is underappreciated is Guzzler. I think Guzzler's good, right? Where you drink up the water and then spray it on fire. I played Guzzler at Gibby's house. Gibby's got an incredible arcade. And I was there's a thread on Clov that Crafty Mech did, which is like basically, hey, here's where you can put in your request for new games to be added to support on the bit kit. And I said, hey, Guzzler and Swimmer might be cool ones to add. But yeah, I've never. This doesn't look familiar to me. Devil World. Dell likes Bomb Jack. So does Billy Bob. Yeah, I should probably go to ZapCon. I'd love to go to. I haven't been to CAX either. We have an oddball. So you play like Jeff Waldron. You said oddball game of the month was that like played on MAME? Yeah, plays on MAME. Yeah. About what games? Oh, did I miss one? Where is Jim, Pacers fan? Hey, Jim. Hey, first time on my channel. Wow, thanks for coming, man. And hey, we're doing this 12 Days of Arcademas. So if you've never seen anything on my channel, get ready for a deluge. We're doing a new video every day for 12 days straight, starting tonight and finishing with another live stream on New Year's Day just after midnight. So Jim, Pacers fan, says, first, and thanks for pointing it out, Dell. First time on your channel, may I ask what cabinets you have behind you? Yes, of course you may. So why don't we do a little walking tour? I can do that. I can do that with the camera. Although I'm not really going to be able to see what I'm looking at. So the first thing we've got pointed at right here is my PlayChoice 10. So PlayChoice 10 is this version is a dual monitor cabinet. There's a upper monitor and a lower monitor, as you can see right here. It's very similar to and basically the same as the punch-out cabinet. A lot of people think that all dual monitors are conversions. I think mine was a factory conversion. I don't see any signs that this was ever anything other than a PlayChoice. There's no signs that this was ever a punch-out. So I think it was a factory conversion. And PlayChoice 10 is very similar to the Nintendo Versus system. Except it is basically the exact same ROMs as the NES ROMs, whereas the Nintendo Versus ROMs were a little different. And Versus usually had 2 games per system. PlayChoice 10 allows you to have up to 10 games. 10 games. Whoops. There we go. These are the 10 games that I have loaded right now. I've got about 30 or 40 of them. Balloon Fight, Castlevania, Contra, Dr. Mario, Rygar, Gauntlet, Mario Bros, Duck Hunt Wild Gunman. I do have the light gun, but it's not hooked up. And TMNT 2, which I just got. Coming over here, we've got my 2 pinball machines. Star Trek: The Next Generation, huge classic from 1993, Williams game. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, especially 80s and 90s Trek. So TNG, Deep Space Nine, also Voyager. So this game's a lot of fun. It's hard. It's a wide body, very challenging game. Love the theme. The Munsters is my other pin. This is a much more modern pinball machine, obviously with the LCD display instead of a dot matrix display. This is from, I think, 2019. I think the theme is really cool. It integrates a lot of like clips from the classic TV series onto it. I think the artwork's great. It is a very beginner-friendly game. People consider it very, simple and shallow and easy, but I think it's a ton of fun. My kids like it. We'll come over here. First up here, we have Donkey Kong. Obviously, everybody knows Donkey Kong. Everybody loves Donkey Kong. I restored this before the channel was started, so a lot of these games on here predate the channel. Donkey Kong was completely gutted. It actually had been converted to a super bike, right? So like BMX dirt bike sort of game, like Excite Bike, except not good. So I pieced it all back together, and it's probably one of my nicer restorations, except for down here, I still haven't repaired a lock bar hole, and there's that, basically black piece of metal patching damage down there. But from above, from waist level and above, it looks great. There is something that kind of drives me nuts. So this is a NOA art package. So there were really 3 different versions of the artwork for Donkey Kong that were all exactly the same except for the copyright stuff. The original one had no copyright, and then the second version said Nintendo 81, and then it said Nintendo of America. So this is a second marquee, but a third bezel and a third control panel overlay, so they don't quite match, which kind of drives me a little bit nuts, but I have my OCD under control for now. Next, we've got Joust. Joust is one that I restored on this channel over the past year. Part 1 of the Joust project, and sorry if I'm kind of shaky. Let me sort of do this with the gimbal. Part 1 of the Joust project was, actually, that's not better. Was during the 12 Days of Arcademas last year. So part of the 12-day blitz of videos was part 1 for Joust, the pickup and sort of overview. One of the interesting things about this Joust is these joysticks are weird. So look at this. These are not the normal 2-way mechanical leaf switch joysticks that you normally find on Joust. These are optical joysticks, which are pretty rare, pretty unusual for Joust. There's only maybe less than 100 Jousts were made with the optical sticks. This had been converted to SNK Street Smart. That PCB still works. If anyone is interested in an SNK Street Smart PCB, they go for very cheap. I'd be happy to sell it to you for next to nothing. So I had to deconvert it. And when I sort of took a look at the control panel underneath, I saw that it had the holes, the circular holes for the optical joysticks, as opposed to the sort of skinny oval holes for the 2-way leaf switch joystick. So I thought I would never be able to find those joysticks, but sure enough, Brad Radell hooked me up. Brad Radell is the Williams guy. He is probably certainly one of, if not the world's leading experts in restoring and repairing classic Williams games. He sold me a restored pair of Joust optical sticks for a great price, and I will forever be in his debt. Next, we have a Tempest Cabaret. So I love Tempest. Tempest is one of my favorite games. The Cabaret is an awesome version. You don't lose anything. It's got the full-size 19-inch 6100 color vector monitor. You got a cool little lit marquee down here, full-size controls. It's just a smaller cabinet, right? It's shorter, it's narrower, takes up less space, gets a little bit hotter, so I've got a fan in there. But yeah, I restored this again before the channel started. I bought this from DJ DNS when he still lived in the DC area before he moved down to Atlanta. And it was complete, but completely not working. I had to repair the board, the power supply, I had to repair the monitor, and the cabinet. I had to chop off the bottom 6 inches on the sides and repair it. I'm not sure if you're even going to be able to see it, but you can tell there's a little bit of difference down at the bottom where the T-molding doesn't quite cover up where I made the repair. But yeah, I love this game. The only issue I'm having with Tempest right now is it probably won't even show up on camera because of the image stabilization, but I have a tiny little bit of jitter in the vectors. It's most noticeable up at the top with the high score. It's jittering around a little bit. And talking with Andrew Bionclov, who is a 6100 vector monitor expert, current working hypothesis is that that problem is due to a sort of LV2000 that's on its last leg. So I've got another one, excuse me, ready to go to install that I will do soon. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I have to mute for a second to clear my throat. So yeah, Tempest, awesome game. Let me just double check. You guys can still hear me, right? Am I still coming across? Somebody say they still hear me, because I muted myself. Can you guys still hear me? Am I? Anybody still there? Hello? All right, I'm gonna assume. Okay, audio's still good. Good. Armor Attack. So this is a weird one. Black and white vector. This is a game where you basically, it's hard to see because there's an overlay on the screen. It's going to be really hard to see, but there's basically a war-torn, city, the ruins of a city. You have this little Jeep you drive around. It works a little bit like Asteroids, kind of. You drive around and you fight the tanks. It takes 2 shots to kill the tank. First disables the tank, and second one, kills it because you can disable the tank, but it can still shoot at you. You and the tanks have to follow the sort of street path. You can't go through buildings, but the helicopters can fly over everything and shoot at you. Very simple controls. Left and right to turn, forward and fire. So basically, Asteroids controls minus hyperspace, but who uses hyperspace? 2 players, but what's funny is player 1 is on the right and player 2 is on the left. I got this. I didn't have to really do anything to it. It needed, a little bit of cosmetic work. It needed new buttons. It needed a new marquee, and I actually had one in a parts pile. And this marquee is not supposed to be as beat up as it is, but I think it kind of fits with the theme of Armor Attack, which is all kind of beat up, war-torn city. So I got this for a great price. This was down in Raleigh. I think this was actually the last time I was in North Carolina was when I got this game. So this is a lot of fun. My kids actually like Armor Attack quite a bit. And I did a pickup and maybe one sort of quick repair video on the channel. Robotron 2084, definitely one of my favorite games. Some days it's like a tie between Tempest and Robotron, which is my favorite. I probably have to give the edge to Robotron though. Great story pickup on this one. This was before the channel started actually. But I have lots of pictures from the restoration of the Robotron and the Tempest and the Donkey Kong that I posted on Clav years ago. And I think I could probably do like a little 60-second, super fast restoration video based on those photos. I actually picked up this Robotron at a not a nursery, but like a store that sells like outdoor furniture and hardscaping and bird baths and that sort of thing. New Jersey. Husband and wife owned the store. Back in the 80s, they owned an arcade on the Jersey Shore, on the boardwalk, I guess. And when they closed down the arcade, they only kept one game. They kept this Robotron, and they've been sitting in a barn at their nursery, whatever, for years. So got this. Cosmetically, it was in good shape. Needed to be cleaned up. The monitor 4900 had to be rebuilt. I fixed up all the power supply. The power supply had burnt up. I replaced all of the header pins and connectors with Trifercon, and yeah, this has been great. I've had some problems with the soundboard. Even today, I had to replace the PIA, but yeah, Robotron is a great staple. Coming over here, we have, whoops, we have the Asteroids Cabaret. So I got this, believe it or not, a working Asteroids Cabaret for $100 up in Pennsylvania. It had a credit switch on the front, like one of the coin slots had been replaced with a doorbell, like an old 80s doorbell as a credit switch. It worked. I think I ended up, did I do a cap kit on this? I can't remember. The image was a little flaky. I think I maybe cleaned up the headers and stuff, but this really didn't need much work at all. I think just I did one pickup video and then one video kind of doing a bit of a tune-up. So that was a great score. Love me some Asteroids, and the Cabaret is a great form factor for that, although it is a 13-inch screen. And then this is Donkey Kong Jr. Cocktail, obviously. This is the second game I ever bought. I have another a room in the basement it's not turned on. It's not set up for filming right now. It's got a dedicated NBA Jam and a Centipede. The Centipede was the first game I ever got years ago, also from DJ DNS. That just needed a little TLC. The NBA Jam I got for $300, and all it needed was an $8 voltage regulator to fix the monitor. So that's been great. Sorry, the camera's so shaky. I'm not sure why. Donkey Kong Jr. I got from Lloyd at CoinOp Warehouse. This was a great pickup. Didn't work. The power cord was cut. I was missing a monitor. I was able to actually find a red tent monitor at the warehouse. Lloyd didn't even know he had it. Got that for a great price. And so this was the first game that I ever restored or really repaired. I didn't have to do a ton of cosmetics. Needed some new stickers and to be cleaned up and stuff because it's a metal cocktail cabinet. But this is the first game I ever fixed, the first monitor I ever fixed, the first power supply that I ever fixed. So that'll always have a very special place in my heart. And in addition to the games that I have here, like I said, I've also got that Centipede, and I've got that NBA Jam in the house. Let's see. At the break room at my office, I've got a combination Ms. Pac-Man Galaga class of 1981 cabinet, which was really cool. Everyone likes playing that at work. Let's see. How's that for a little background shot? Oh no, I don't like that angle. Let's go like this. There we go. And in the garage, I've probably got, gosh, how many do I have, guys? At least a dozen, maybe 15, maybe approaching 20 projects, depending on how you count them. If you go through, what else have I got in the garage that I've revealed? I'll read it off for you, actually. Hopefully this is interesting. This is a long answer to a question. What else we got out in the garage? We've got a Missile Command cocktail that I'm working on. We've got a dedicated Miss Pac-Man that we're working on. I've got this tiny, stupid thing I did for April Fool's Day, tiny little generic JAMA cabinet. I've got a second Robotron, a converted Robotron that's in my project queue. I've got a Golden T99. I've got a Moon Patrol cocktail, which is kind of cool. I've got 2 Qbert projects. I've got a Kangaroo that's done. I finished working on that. I've got a Defender project. I've got a Superman in a Dynamo HS7, which is a rare Dynamo cabinet. Superman is kind of an interesting thing. We restored that together. I've got a Pango, a really nice Pango, probably one of the nicer restorations that I've done. I've got a Jungle King project. I've got a second empty Joust cabinet out there. I've got a game that I'll unveil on Saturday that I actually bought from Dell. So we're just starting that project. I've got a depth charge that's working. I'm going to do the monitor rebuild cap kit and the multi-cap can and new buttons for that. That'll be a video during the 12 days of Arcademas. I've got a Carnival that I got for a great price and fixed that monitor. But now the gauze coil keeps shorting out and blowing fuses, so I've just disconnected the gauze coil. I think I might just leave that like that. It's a G07, and I can just degauze it manually if I need to. I've got a Future Spy, which is a bizarre game. I've got a Sly Spy, which is a bizarre game. Sly Spy works. Needs a little bit of TLC. Future Spy is totally dead right now. I've got a Leland quarterback that had been converted to a Ms. Pac-Man of all things, which is sort of like a backwards conversion. I've got a Do Run Run in a Dig Dug cocktail. That's ready to come downstairs. And I've got a Frogger project, which is a work in progress. That's my latest pickup. I've got a bit kit in it for now, but eventually I'm going to put original hardware in there. So great question, probably boring as heck to a lot of folks who have been here for a while. But yeah, Jim Pacers fan, hope you appreciate that. Kazella says loves this Guzzler, and I won't take that out of context. I know that that is an arcade game. Guzzler is awesome. Tutankham is awesome too. I like Tutankham, Jeff. I don't know if that's like one that I would necessarily want to own. Like if I got one for a great price, sure, and I'll play Tut anytime I see it, but I don't know if I want it. Jeff Waldron wants to know what's behind the tarps in the garage. So right now, there's only one game that I haven't revealed yet, right? I keep the tarps on stuff because my kids just always throw things into the garage when they're done playing basketballs and baseball bats and whatever, and I don't want that to damage anything. So I keep, like, when I'm not working on stuff, tarps and moving blankets over things to try to protect it. There's only one game that I haven't revealed. I mean, I haven't really shown the second Robotron yet. I mean, I can send you the pictures, but until I really get to start working on it, and there's no secret there or anything. I only have one game that I haven't revealed yet, and that's going to be revealed on Saturday in a pickup video. Jeff also says he loves Dell's channel. Yes, Dell is awesome. Repping the brand right here. Keith Smith, I think a new viewer, says Joust is so much fun to play. It absolutely is. I couldn't agree with you more, Keith. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Woohoo, Brad. Oh, Brad for coming through with the Joust joysticks. Dell says this reminds him of John's Arcade year-end walkthrough, but this isn't even the year-end video. That's going to be the live stream on New Year's. So anyway, that's where I'll like talk about everything we accomplished, right? Like, we finished so many games this year. This has been my most productive year in the hobby by far. Jeff says Joust is his favorite. He's had his for 30 years. Wow, dude. Arcades Costa Rica, welcome. Hey, this is another new viewer. And are you based in Costa Rica? That would be really cool. I've never been. My wife went to Costa Rica once. So are you? I know there was somebody on Clav that moved to Costa Rica. Is that potentially you? I don't know. Jeff broke $1 million on Joust. Wow. Have you been learning from the master, the Joust master, that is Lonnie McDonald? Let's see. Delusional says he needs that Asteroids Cabaret. Trade me for a Cubert event. Value-wise, they're actually probably pretty close. I know Cameron McCaslin was coming after my Asteroids Cabaret for a while, and he had some things that I would have potentially considered trading. He had a Kicks Cabaret from that crazy pickup that he did, but he got rid of that fast. He had a couple of other interesting cabarets, but he's traded everything else that he wants to get rid of. Let's see. Jerry wants me to give Superman some love. So that's a cool cabinet, and the graphics on that game are good, but it plays like an alpha. Like, the game is so shallow, it's so repetitive. It's like an early build that they haven't, like, they finished all the mechanics but haven't really like finished the game. Let's see. Cybermind thinks my tiny was a Showbiz Pizza special. I mean, it might be. The only documentation I can find, it was made by a company called Service Amusements, and they were either Tennessee or Pennsylvania based. I can't remember. I would talk to Don Panetta on Clav a lot about that. Don Panetta is a like guru when it comes to cabinet manufacturers and Dynamo and 3Com and all that kind of stuff. Brian thinks he knows what that cab is. Yeah. Oh, I showed. Yeah. So I was on a Zoom with a couple guys last night, like Brian and Brad, and I showed them the game that's coming out on Saturday. We were kind of opening it up and just taking a look at it. I will not be revealing a Zaxxon, Sean. The closest thing I will ever have to owning a Zaxxon, unless I get one for free or if somebody pays me to take it, is the Future Spy, which is technically Zaxxon 3. I could get a Zaxxon board and throw it in there. Let's see. And Brad's got 5 Robotrons, yet Brad has an awesome Williams collection. Awesome. And Jeff says Lonnie rolled over his Joust. Oh my gosh! Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, with a $999 million super chat donation. Ezekiel says, "What's up, Overtime? Happy holidays and congrats on 2K." Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You've been an awesome supporter of the channel as well for a while. I really appreciate it. You guys should go follow Ezekiel on Twitter. I think you've been doing. You had like 10 games you recently picked up, right? I think that was you. You're posting all these awesome pictures. And he says, "Yeah, happy holidays and congrats on 2K." Yeah, so we recently hit 2,000 subscribers. We're actually at 2323 right now, and I had been meaning to do a live stream for thanks for 2,000 subscribers. But guys, the last like 2.5 months have probably been the most travel I've had to do work in a long time. I usually do like 1 trip a month. I've been doing like 2 or 3 trips a month. It eats up a ton of time, and then the time I have, I got to spend with my family, right? I want to spend with my family. So I haven't, just I've been doing the members only live streams every month, because that's a commitment and a perk that they're paying for. So I haven't done a ton of public live streams lately, and so finally we're doing this one to partially celebrate hitting 2,000 subs. And now I'm 30% past it. I'm 300 past 2,000 subs. So things are just going nuts. Like my and we hit 1,000 like back in June, right? And that was my goal to do for a year, right? Like when I started the channel, I said, hey, if I can hit 1,000 in the first year, I think I'll be doing well, and I've smashed that goal. We're just over, the channel is just a little bit over a year old, and we're way past 2,000. So thank you all for all of that awesome support. You guys are just incredible. We got a couple other familiar faces here. We got Mosaic. That's Steve Lady. He's been on the podcast a couple of times. You might know him as Contra311 on Clav and elsewhere. He says, "What's up, dude? What's up, Steve?" And Charles Klein, a man by my own heart, my own name. Charles Klein says, "Hey, Charlie." Charles makes a couple of awesome products. He makes the best through hole. I forget what you call yours, Charles. It's the LV6100, right? It's the low voltage replacement board for the Wells Gardner K6100. And he also makes reproduction wiring harnesses, like the best, highest quality reproduction wiring harnesses you can get. Charles has OCD like all of us, and goes to the extreme of getting the exact right colors for all of the wires, right? So he doesn't just replace the wires with whatever colors. He gets the same colors as the original. And I've got Charles's Williams power supply wiring setup in my Joust. He has this 2-wire sort of thing that is awesome, super high quality, can't recommend enough. But yeah, and Mosaic, he does, you guys should all go subscribe to Mosaic Arcade on YouTube. That's Steve's channel. I think it's youtube.com/@Khatru311, KHATRU311. If I'm getting that wrong, Steve, put a link down below. Steve does videos maybe like once a month or so. He's got some really rare, interesting things, a lot of Sega stuff. He's got Game Ground. He's got a stand-up 3-player hot rod, which is uncommon. But yeah, love your OCD, Charles. And Charles also has, just like I was talking way earlier, Liam and Sam are a husband and wife team that do the Retrobotics channel. And Liam also does the CoinGem podcast with me. Charles has a bit of a husband and wife team. I know he has got his wife making some of the harnesses too. So always love to support a family business like that. And here we go. Alan Brady coming in hot, $499 million super chat donation. Alan, thank you so much, buddy. Alan says, "Merry Christmas. Appreciate your videos." He's J67AB on Clav. AB for Alan Brady, I'm assuming. Alan, thank you so much. So generous of you. Never, none of this is ever necessary, but I always appreciate it. All of this stuff just goes straight back into the channel, into the hobby, buying stuff. Like I got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm opening up on camera on Christmas morning. I got that video ready to go. Overtime Arcade channel members already have early access to that video. They've been watching it for the past couple of days. I wanted to get that totally done, in the can, ready to go, so that doesn't interfere with any Christmas Eve or Christmas Day type of stuff. But if you're bored on Christmas and trying to avoid your in-laws, your kids are going crazy because they're all hopped up on sugar and presents, I'll have an unboxing video coming out Christmas morning for you to watch. That's got a ton of stuff. It's got my Clav Secret Santa gift package, which blew me away. It's got actually some other gifts that some folks have sent to me, which were unbelievable, and some stuff that I bought for myself. So I bought myself some stuff to open up on that video. Arcade Maze says he knows what he's going to do on New Year's Eve. Yep, you're going to watch the ball drop. You're going to kiss your significant other and send them to bed. Then you're going to hop on another live stream with Overtime Arcade, and we'll hang out to ring in the new year. We'll play some more games and do that kind of thing. Yeah, the Charles Klein. Dominic, what's going on? I think, Dominic, you've got a YouTube channel too. Dominic says one of the best arcade YouTube channels going right now. Oh, shucks, buddy, you're going to make me blush. Dominic, you have a channel where you work on like VCRs and other vintage electronics too, right? I think that's the right Dominic. Jerry wants a Forgotten World like Steve's. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh yeah, Steve. Yeah, so Mosaic. Steve says he sold the Forgotten Worlds. So Steve has bought. Steve is a degenerate just like we are, constantly buying games, constantly buying projects. He bought my caliber 50 kit that I took out of the Frogger. He had to move some stuff to make room for it. He's got an awesome garage setup in Vegas, and this is like his busy time of year, right? Like, you know, most of us on the East Coast or the Northeast or the northern tier of the country, this time of year is when we start to slow down a little bit in the garage because it gets so cold. We got to get space heaters and like bundle up just to work on stuff. But this is the perfect time to be out in the garage in Las Vegas. Alan's only got 3 Robotrons. Yeah, I've only got 2. No one can top Brad. Yeah, but the cocktail Robotron is cool. There's blue Robotrons, or though was that like a prototype or something? Yeah, Steve's out of space. It's not funny. Yeah, oh, you got the tube swapped. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you got to figure out the CPO. I don't think anyone has scanned or reproduced that, but yeah. So I'm finally caught up with the live chat. Really appreciate all the super chat donations, guys. You guys are so awesome. And don't forget, this is day 1 of the 12 days of Arcademas. Starting today for the next 12 days, new video coming out every single day. Some of them are short, some of them are short videos, like tours of different arcades across the country. I've got a pickup video coming out on Saturday. I've got an unboxing video coming out on Christmas morning. I've got at least 2 project updates. I think we're going to do the Qbert and the depth charge. I've been working a little bit on those. Don't have the full video recorded for them just yet. And then we'll do the New Year's live stream just after midnight, call it like 12:15 Eastern time, New Year's Eve, just after the ball drops. So lots and lots of stuff. And technically, I did a video yesterday that was our monthly members only live stream. So that's like -1 of the 12 days of Christmas. But yeah, we got some new channel members here. We had, let's see, where am I? Kazalis just joined during the live stream, which is so cool. I'm not sure that's ever happened before. We got 2 other people joined just today, Gino Blaze and Jeff M. We're killing it. I think we're at 33 channel members now, which is awesome. If you guys aren't familiar with Overtime Arcade channel memberships, basically, you contribute $1.99 a month to the channel, which works out to about 7 cents a day. In exchange, you get access to all kinds of different exclusive channel membership perks. You get early access to all new videos, which means you get to watch all of my videos before they're released, usually a day before, sometimes a little bit less if I'm running behind, sometimes way in advance. I've done them like, 5 days or even a week in advance. Like they're already watching some of the shorts that are ready for the 12 days of Christmas. They're already watching the unboxing video. So that's a lot of fun. So you get early access to all the videos. You get access to our private members only Discord server, which is a ton of fun, super active. People are constantly, sharing photos of things that they're working on or different, deals that they're seeing, like, hey, this looks like a great deal. I don't want this game, but maybe somebody else does. We're sharing, tips and tricks on stuff that we're working on. And we got a great group of folks, people who love, Bronze Age games, Golden Age games, 90s games, you name it. So it's really great. We got some big names in there too, like Delusionals Arcade is a member, like Jeff Kinder is a member. Got some awesome people in there. All the folks you see in the live chat with this like special star, makes them almost look like a sheriff from the Wild West. They are Overtime Arcade channel members. So really, really awesome group of folks supporting the channel. So yeah, you get the private members only Discord, early access to new videos, and the monthly members only live stream that we just did yesterday. So lots of great content for those folks, and what a great bunch of folks. Really appreciate all the support that they have. Yeah, new BitKit announcement. Was there a BitKit announcement today? The Jungle King stuff, right? He's been talking about that last couple of days. So the previous announcement from BitKit, from Aaron Crafty Mech, was he had a bunch of horizontal games that he was adding support for, including like Tapper and Root Beer Tapper and different things like that. And I know just the other day he mentioned Jungle King, which likely means a couple of other games like that. So very, very cool. Infinity is back in stock. Yeah, I don't have any CPS. I don't think I have any Capcom games. No. All right. What do you guys want to do now? You want to keep chatting or do you want to play some more games? I got a bunch more stuff here. We've got Monsters. We've got Joust, Tempest, Armor Attack, Asteroids, Donkey Kong Jr., We've played Donkey Kong. We've played. We didn't play Robotron. We played Star Trek Pinball. We played Turtles. Somebody else wanted something. Didn't somebody else mention something they wanted to play? Oh, Brian says Robotron. Oh, Sean says Contra, and then Brian says Robotron. Sean mentioned that before, so we'll do that here. Let me switch to the gameplay scene. All right, nice little transition there. Feels like it's getting warm down here. I think my wife has the heat cranked up. My mother-in-law's in town visiting for Christmas, which is great. My mother-in-law is great. And come around over here. And we'll go to channel select. We'll put it on Contra. Here we go. Maybe I'll try to get the Konami code in. It's a little bit tricky to enter the Konami code with the Play Choice joysticks. All right, how's that look? That looks good. All right, grab some coinage, and we'll play some Contra. Now, you guys know, and let me grab it, actually. Do I have it? Do I have a boxed copy of Contra? No, but I've got, this is obviously less impressive. Whoops. There we go. I just dropped a whole bunch of Game Boy games all over the floor. But I've got my my NES copy of Contra that I've had since I was a child. I think I bought this from my local movie rental place when they went out of business. But if you notice, right, you've got the artwork here. If the light's coming up, you've got basically like an alien from Aliens. And these two guys here, and everyone's like, oh, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger and that's Sylvester Stallone. But these are actually both Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you go and look at some of the stills from Predator, like from the movie poster and whatever, those are two different poses that Arnold was in Predator. And they just, repainted them, or I guess was inspired by them. Maybe they're tracings. But yeah, let's play some Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Let's see. We got 30 lives, guys. We got 30 lives. All right. We might do a complete playthrough. There we go. Rapid fire. These guys don't stand a chance. Oops, missed the jump. That's all right. All right. 30 lives. I don't think I've ever beaten Contra without... Oh, I missed the spread shot. I don't think I've ever beaten Contra without the... is that flamethrower? Oops. I don't think I've ever beaten Contra without the Konami code. Oh! So, what an awesome game, though. I've played through this with my kids. They loved it, or at least one of them did. My kids are like, Dad, why do you like 2D games? They make 3D games. Spread shot is, all right, reachable. All right. Nope, we don't want the laser. The kids are like, why do you play 2D games when they make 3D games, right? And I don't know if that's like similar to, I'd always ask my, parents and grandparents, why do you watch black and white movies when they have color movies now? Kids these days, they don't appreciate anything. All right. I think only one of my bullets is hitting that, but I don't want to risk. There we go. Right. I think I can just get close, right? There we go. First level down. All right. Stage 2, base 1. This is the first person or third, well, over the shoulder. Whoops. Oh. Remember, this is not the gameplay tutorial channel. This is the repair and restoration. Oops. It's too 3D for me. I need my games to be 2D, fully 2D, not even pseudo 3D. There we go. I think I got some maybe interference here, lines. Come on, I'm dying too much. Yeah, I see some like vertical lines. Is Mike still there? Maybe Mike can tell me what I need to do to fix that. Gotta check the grounding maybe. There we go. Yeah, there's almost like, I don't know if you'd call them gel bars or what. There's the eyeball. I always thought when it shot looked so cool. Whoops. Got kind of cornered there. You guys did the Konami code. Did you ever steal lives from player 2 or from the other player? Right? Because if you run out of lives and they still have them, you can steal them, right? I think my little brother would always do that to me, tick me off. There we go. That's not so hard, right? And you got 30 lives. All right. Contra on the play choice 10. 20 lives left. Died 10 times already. A little vertical scrolling action here. Don't get caught below. Don't let the rocks fall on you. All right. What's that? Flamethrower. Not the most effective weapon. It's laser. Is that better than the flamethrower? I don't think so. Nope. Give me rapid fire and spread shot. That's what I want. That's what everyone wants, right? Whoops. Remember, not the gameplay channel. Miss those power-ups. All right. Concentrating. I should be talking. You guys want to be entertained, right? There we go. Spread shot. Don't lose it. Watch that bullet. There we go. There we go. Can't remember. Well, M is the machine gun. Will that take away spread shot? I think it might. I don't want to risk losing the spread shot. How come they didn't invent a spread shot in real life, right? Why can't we do that? This is not boss, right? It's a helicopter, right? No. Alien head. Should be arms, right? Ugh. Kill the arms first, right? Or the hands. Whoops. Or the shoulder. Something. Oh. Focus on where I'm aiming. There we go. Yep. See, I remember this game. Whoops. Ran right into it. There we go. Now shoot the face. Right in the mouth, right? Somebody look up Nintendo Power or Game Facts. Here we go. Here we go. How many lives do we have left now? I'm thinking 15. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Well, we should be getting to this. Whoops. That was not smart. Shouldn't we be getting to the snow stage pretty soon? I think I remember that, right? All right. I keep running into the freaking... I keep pushing forward when I need to stop pushing forward. Is that not registering there? There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Dying too much. Sean, I don't know if I'm going to beat the game. Did I not get that rapid fire? Apparently not. I got to be down to 10 lives now. Oh. All right. Oops. All right. All right, boss time. Look at these guys. I don't remember them being like so different. They look almost like samurai. Oh. I got to be under 10 lives now. Ooh, these are homing attacks. I want to shoot the middle, right? Yeah, there was no way I was getting out of that one. Okay. Ooh. I'm trying to hit them when they like line up, right? Oof. There we go. That's one. There we go. All right. We're cooking. We're cook. I got far. You've never gotten this far? Sean, what are you talking about? You must not have grown up knowing the Konami code. Here we go. Snow stage. 2 lives left. We ain't getting much farther, brother. We ain't getting much farther. Like I'm throwing grenades at me. That ain't nice. Oh, 1 life left. Need something here. Oh, no. Nope. That's it. Game over. Oh, my gosh. All right. So, Brian wants Robotron. Let's go play Robotron. I love me some Robotron. All right. Come over here. And I got the sound working. If you guys heard me earlier, over the years, I've had, several issues with the sound on Robotron, and, had to end up replacing the RAM and the CPU on the soundboard. And just today, like lately, it's been having, playing the wrong sounds. Like the sound was working, but it was the wrong sound effects. And how's that look? Yeah, that looks okay, right? No, we're a little bit. No. We can do better than that. Maybe it's too close. I'm gonna get you guys a good view here. How's that? All right. Yeah, so we had the wrong sound effects. So replacing the socketed PIA chip on the soundboard fixed that. So hopefully you can hear some of the sounds. I know it's probably not ideal with the headset microphone. But here we go. Robotron 2084. It's often, on some days, it's my favorite game. It's often my favorite game. Tempest is good too. Donkey Kong's good too. I like it. There's a lot of games that I like, obviously, or else I wouldn't do this. Get the family members. Oops. There we go. I am not a million-point player by any stretch. I think my record is like 400,000-ish. Something like that. I don't practice enough. I like playing the games, but I like fixing them like as much, if not more, than playing. I'll try to concentrate and not die. All right, I got some replacement grommets from Andrew B that I'm gonna have to. Whoa! I'm gonna have to. These are starting to feel a little bit sloppy. Not too bad, but I feel like I need to. Oops! I got to tighten them up at some point. There we go. Oops! Ran into a Hulk. Oh, we're not doing so hot. Yeah, save those family members to get the big points. Oh! Oh! I got him! Oh! See, I killed him, but he killed me during his death animation. Nope. Not even 100,000. We're going to play another game, though. We're going to do one more of this. Robotron's a fast game. Fast-paced. And it kind of all goes to pot if you're not paying attention. So sorry if I'm not entertaining with my witty banter. One of the things we do on the members-only live streams is I hook up the audio. Everyone gets into the audio chat on Discord, and I pipe that into the live stream, so we're all talking on the live stream. It's not just me blabbering. We have the live chat going too, but everyone just gets on Discord, and everyone is talking on the live stream. When I get a wording, it's such a it's complicated to get the Discord audio piping into OBS and then piping into StreamYard and then going to YouTube. It's on a Mac, and so you get like a weird plug-in. I have a Mac. Oh, I'm not paying attention. All right, look at all these mommies. All these hot mommies. You can grab them. Oh, I got to touch them for big points. That sounds wrong, right? Whoops. Because you get all these point multipliers, you know, like the more family members you touch in a row, the higher the points are. So you had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Oops, didn't get that one. That would have been 4,000. And then you can earn bonus lives, which is crucial. And you don't want to get trapped in the corner like I just did. And one of the tricks is when they're getting close, you don't really want to run away, because the farther you are away, the faster their shots go. So you kind of want to stay close, because then the shots move slow. And these things just reproduce, and well, we're over 100,000. Their shots ricochet so hard. All right, well, we'll put our initials in. It's not going to save because this is not a top 5 for me. All right, and you see, look, 409,000 is my best, at least on this machine. So yeah, it's nice to have the sounds working again. That's always good. All right, my computer's begging me to update, but not during a live stream. Robotron. Alan's like, where is the anti-suicide battery thing in stock? Yeah, Mosaic Armor Attack is 2-player. So the controls are just like Asteroids, except there's no hyperspace. There's turn left and right, fire and thrust, or thrust and fire. It's 2 players, except player 1 is on the right and player 2 is on the left. So that's kind of neat. Jumping General needs a Contra board. Where's the sound? You couldn't hear the sound at all. The play choice is loud. It's got 2 speakers, and here, let me do this. Put on Dr. Mario, because Dr. Mario is loud. Can you hear it right now? It's got 2 speakers, and they're both sort of like at the level where the Donkey Kong speaker is, except they're on both sides. And what's nuts is when I'm sitting at my desk and the game is on, the speaker is like a foot away from my ear. So the attract mode sounds are on, and they're loud. Sick play choice. Yeah, thanks, bro. Arnold and Arnold, Commando, Predator. I think this though, these 2 poses are both from Predator though. Like obviously Arnold was in Predator, but if you go to, like, I don't know, the movie poster or some promotion still, somebody was posting about that on Facebook recently. Yeah, all Nintendo Switch games taste terrible. They do the thing that there's like a coating on it to keep kids from like choking on it. And they do the same thing with like watch batteries now. The watch batteries have the like bitter taste coating, so if you put them in your mouth, you immediately want to spit them out, so kids don't swallow them or choke on them. Yeah, Wayne says it's so kids don't eat them. Steve Mosaic says the simplicity of classics is more appealing these days, less commitment, less challenging, right? It's kind of like, you know, maybe this is a little bit controversial, right? But you know, when was it the Hollywood writers went on strike, right, recently? Yeah, I kind of saw somebody joke, and they're like, "Oh no, what are we going to do? We're going to be stuck watching 90 years of Hollywood's output that we haven't seen yet. We're not going to get any of the new stuff, right?" Like it's same thing with games, right? Like, you know, games haven't been around for 90 years, but decades and decades, and there's so many things that, you know, none of us have ever played, right? What was that game? Fish something? Devilfish? Yeah, I've never heard of that. Well, maybe I've heard of it. I've certainly never played it. So there's so many games. Like I got, you know, all these console games on the wall over here. Just awesome. Yeah, Jerry says try dodging the bullets. Thank you. Maybe that's what I should have done. Yeah, Steve says lines are usually a grounding issue and they're annoying. And it doesn't show up all the time. Like right now on Dr. Mario, I don't see it. Oh, excuse me. Edit that out in post. I got a belly full of spaghetti from dinner, spaghetti and meatballs. Dell said a buddy of his can do a deathless run on NES Contra. That is skills. Jumping General made a 5-hour drive to pick up a Contra cabinet, but needs a board. Okay. You've never gone 5 hours for a cabinet, Sean? Are you serious? 5 hours is like that's a medium distance to go. I've got my have I updated it? So I've got my my master spreadsheet, and I'm not going to show all this to you. It'd be boring. But I have so much information about every game I've ever picked up. The name, who or where I got it from, the location I got it from, how many miles away it was, the date, the price, you know, and like all these notes on, you know, what it needs, like the serial number and the model and all this stuff, right? Like if it needs any parts, whatever. And so let me read to you. Well, so I have 33 games in my collection. The average round trip was 393 miles. So for a total, and this doesn't include like what I do for other people, right? So like the Pango and the Gyrus cabinet for Cam, I don't include that. You could add another 1,400 miles and more because of the Pango is in Pennsylvania. So these are only for games that I've picked up for myself. A total round trip miles of 12,953. So basically, I've driven 13,000 miles to get these 33 games for an average round trip of 393. Call it 400 miles. Yeah. So 5 hours ain't no thing. Let's see. Channel Static. Hey, I think this is a new name here. Thanks for coming along. Channel Static says, I just picked up an original Super Contra cabinet. Cabinet artwork is super epic. I'd love to see pictures of that. Was somebody talking about Super Contra and Clav the other day? Let's see. Yeah, that's a cool score. 2 hour plus stream. Yeah, I think we'll go for a little bit longer. I'm feeling all right. I was thinking about maybe ending the chat soon and going out and working on the pickup video for Saturday, but I'm sure I can get that done tomorrow, get it edited and done, so folks, channel members will get early access to it tomorrow, and then everyone will see it on Saturday. Jerry, bedtime soon for Jerry. Yeah, Jerry's gotta make the pizza tomorrow. Arcade Base is a Robotron that he'll use a J-Rock in. Yeah, I've got a Williams J-Rock right over here. I have it as like a backup. And I've got a Qbert J-Rock that I might use for my second Qbert cabinet. I got that from Dell actually. Video on a train. Oh yeah, video on a train. Was that yesterday? Yeah, Dell joined our members only live stream yesterday. And yesterday we did for the first time not just audio from the Discord voice chat, but we got everyone's video on too. So it was almost like a Zoom call. And Dell joined us from, I'm assuming that was Metro North Dell, coming back from the Rockefeller tree lighting, right, in New York City. So he was on the live stream on video on a train yesterday. Let's see. Mac, no, Brian. Mac is the way to go. 2-person Robotron at Grinkers, that would have been, plus with all the beers, I'm sure that was kind of funny. Arcade Maze loves me some hot mommies. There you go. Yeah, my mic is probably canceling out the background noise. I tried a couple different setups. I've got a really nice podcasting microphone. That's great. It's a high quality voice, but I can't move around with it, right? If I'm sitting still for the Coin Jam podcast, I use that microphone. And when I'm traveling and I do the members only Discord or members only live streams, sometimes I do it from a hotel room, right, when I'm traveling for work, and I'll just sit in front of the computer. I don't have games behind me to walk around, so I use that there. So for here, I've been trying the headset. I've also tried using the lapel mic, figuring if I lean forward, the lapel mic will pick it up. Maybe we'll try that next time. Yeah, it's probably canceling it out. All right, Dell, thanks, man. Dell says, okay, got to run. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Dell. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you soon. Yeah, Encore wants a Cybertruck for Christmas. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Let's see. What's Tunnels of Doom? Oh, is that that's for a TI computer? That's cool. Brian doesn't drink. Okay, well, maybe that helps with, Robotron. All right, let's see. We're coming up almost on midnight. Any other games you guys want to play? We haven't done Armor Attack. We haven't done Tempest. We haven't done Joust or Asteroids or Donkey Kong Jr. or Munsters. There's other play choice games. Anything you guys want? Anything you want to see? You guys are still there, right? Sean wants depth charge. Problem is, depth charge is in the garage, dude. I can't do depth charge tonight. Soon, hopefully on New Year's, we'll get depth charge here for the New Year's live stream. Russell says Tempest. Yeah, let's do Tempest, dude. Let's do Tempest. Any other requests too? We can do something after Tempest, maybe. And Jumping General wants Joust. Okay, we'll do a little bit of Tempest. We'll do a little bit of Joust. Maybe we'll wrap it up there. We'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, Joust is having some weirdness too. Every once in a while, Joust plays the wrong sounds, but then I reboot it or restart it, power cycle it, and it's fine. The thing that's been happening with Joust is I'll turn it on and it'll have like credits already on the machine. And I was talking to Brad Radell about that. I don't think Brad's here anymore. Brad was on earlier. That looks good, right? And he says he thinks that might be the CMOS going bad. So I'll get a new one from Peter, an Arcade Parts and Repair. And again, we've got our, well, you can't see it. We've got our optical joysticks. And one thing I always thought was weird with Joust was, player one's on the left, player two's on the right, but player two can't play by itself. Right, so the only way the right joystick and the right button get used is in a two-player game, which to me seems weird because you're not like you're going to put so much more wear on the right side of the equipment, right? So anyway, so we'll start a one-player game, and my trick, which makes it for a little bit of a boring watch, is I just hang out at the bottom. And I wait for them to come to me, and I'll worry about the pterodactyl when the pterodactyl's here. So I'll just wait for them eventually to come down to me, and they'll be forced through this little basically gap here, and I can be the high man and often catch the egg right like that too. See how easy that is? Whoops. So we'll just hang out here. Eventually they fall down, and makes it easier to take them out. You don't have to worry about all the dynamics of flying and avoiding bad guys. You kind of get to face them one at a time in like an actual joust, except they're the only one moving. I'm standing still, they're coming to me, which I guess is fair, right? Because there's so many more of them than there are of me, so forcing them to come at me, bro, one at a time. There we go. 3,000 survival points. What is it? 20,000 is a new life, right? Yeah, extra mount every 20,000 points. There we go. Come on down. Come on down to your doom. I lost the egg, so that's okay. There we go. If I got those eggs, I would have gotten a bonus life. All right. Come on down. Who wants to be first to meet my lance? Hopefully you guys can hear all the sound. They're all bouncing off each other. Here we go. This guy wants to come on down. He might get grabbed by the lava troll. There we go. Lava troll got him. There we go. Bonus life. Or bonus mount. Oh, he got me. As soon as I get a bonus life, I burn it. There's a pterodactyl because I'm taking too long. Oh, no! There we go. Egg wave. Get those eggs before they hatch. I think I just glitched through did I just glitch through a platform? That was pretty good. Pretty well done. All right. We got about 4,000 more points to another bonus. Whoops. Snuck through. Oh. Shouldn't have let that happen. Come on down, bozos. I think the bad guys fly vultures, right? I'm on an ostrich. The other guy's on a stork, right? Player 2 is a stork. Look at that. Rapid succession. Survival wave. All the platforms keep burning. Come on down. Get you some. Some lance. Oops. I shouldn't have jumped there. Come on. Respawn. Here we go. Come on down, boys. Taste my lance. That's probably inappropriate. Oh, no. Not looking good. Not going to get the... Oh, my gosh. Not going to get the survival bonus. Oh, no. Thy game is over. Yeah, and this is not... Whoops. I don't think I can fix that. Nope. There's no backspace. But yeah, my highest here is 63,000. Not so great. But let's move over to Tempest. Russell said Tempest, right? Yeah, we'll do a little Tempest. This is a vertical game, so a little bit more adjustment necessary. Yeah, that should be good, right? You can see that. Clever gameplay, Russell says. Well, thank you. I didn't come up with it. I think Lonnie, he said that once. All right. And we'll go all the way to the highest skill step. Oh, no. I was thinking of something. You know, Tempest is technically a horror game. Do you guys know the story behind Tempest? Dave Thurr had a dream and of these monsters coming. I think I'll be safer from right here, right? Yep. Of these monsters climbing up out of a hole in the ground or tunnel after him. And so technically, oh my gosh, Tempest is based on a nightmare. Well, that's the story behind it. I think I'm safe in this corner, right? So yeah, Tempest is technically a horror game. Kind of like, you know, Halloween sort of thing. Oh, I thought I was safe in that corner. We'll play another game. We'll play another. Tempest is also a fast game. Oh, that's not a high score. Yeah, all of my high scores are over 100,000 on Tempest. Love this game. Atari's first color vector. I think technically Sega had a color vector game that came out first. Oops. That's what I get for talking. I mean, Jeff Kinder would know. He's got a whole row of Sega vectors. Oh, man. Maybe we'll do 3 credits at Tempest. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Didn't even beat the default high scores. All right, now we'll take it seriously. He says, I'm sure I screw up. So I got the camera in the way. I'm trying to make it look good for you guys, and my angles are all wrong. Yep, see? And I'm safe when I'm here, right? Yeah, I thought so. All right. If you time the bonus, like you want to get like the double bonus life, right? You want to get the bonus life for advancing the skill step, and then you also want to get the 60,000 bonus life, and I kind of screwed that up there. Nope. I don't really understand the acute angle sort of thing, that tactic. I don't really understand how it's supposed to work. I understand the idea of how it's supposed to work, but I never can seem to get it right. Of course, there's no angle with this one. Oh, what's going on there? Nope. Oh, well. If I had beaten that, I would have been able to keep the skill step going. What do you guys think? One more game, maybe? One more game? All right. Wasn't Mosaic. Katru 311 was talking. Steve was talking about armor attack. Why don't we play a game of armor attack, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. Or do you guys want Donkey Kong Jr.? What do you think? Armor attack or Donkey Kong Jr.? What do you guys want? Armor attack is black and white vector. It'll be a little bit tricky to see because of the low light with the bezel. Arcade Maze says Tempest is the game that started it all for him in this hobby. Yeah, Tempest is awesome. Yeah, Russell, I have a shirt that says Joust is the original Flappy Bird. Sean says attack. Armor attack, right? I use the vertical drop. The vertical drop, is that a Joust tactic? All right, I'll play armor attack, Sean. And then maybe Donkey Kong Jr., and then we'll wrap it up for sure. All right. And see, this is even harder to film because player 1 is on the right, and that's where my camera kind of wants to be, is on the right. Oh, he saw me in my sweatpants. Overtime Arcade After Dark. All right. Like I said, this is going to be tricky to see. I'm going to go back and forth because I can't even see it all the way on the other side. All right, that's probably as good as I'm going to get it. Russell, my Joust shirt is the first time you saw that? The original Flappy Bird? Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's coin up. Armor attack. 1 player. There you go. There's Morse code, and that's Morse for do not register, as in do not register for the draft. Go. Oh, no. Run away from the helicopter. And if you kill the helicopter, every helicopter you kill gives you bonus points. That means the tanks are worth more. Oh, they got me. I think you get 5 lives. Yeah, I got 4 Jeeps left. Yeah, I was having, I can't tell if it's happening right now, but it was, oh, there we go. Oh, you saw how the tank turret was still alive even when I disabled the tank. Armor attack, the sound was getting louder and louder and louder as I was advancing. I can't, ooh, that was a close one. Oh, I guess the tanks can kill each other. I did not ever notice that. I never noticed that. Okay. I'm actually having a pretty decent game. Oh, see, he shot me after I shot him. All right, 2 Jeeps left. You got to kill them twice. You got to hit them once to disable them, a second time to knock out their ability to shoot. Helicopters. There we go. Ooh. Oh, he got me. He was able to turn faster than me. Oh, 2 Jeeps left. I must have earned a life. Yeah, it's loud, right? It's getting loud. Oh. I got to look that up and see if there's something. It's like mission completed. It's like the farther you go into the game, the enemies move faster and faster and faster. 1620 is not a terrible score. And something's going on where that circuit or whatever is causing that is also making the sound get louder and louder. So here we go. Little Junior. All right, that looks good. Got him. Got him. Yeah, my mic is canceling it out. Yeah, but yeah, the game keeps getting louder and louder and louder. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Got him. What is Danky King? Joe's Classic Video Games in the house. What's up? Wait, is this Joe or is this Ron? I never know. I can never tell. Sometimes I'm talking to Joe, but I think it's Joe and it's actually Ron. Sometimes I think I'm talking to Ron and it's actually Joe. So is this Joe or is this Ron or is this Donnie? Has Donnie hacked into the account? It's Joe and Ron. Oh, it's Ron. Hey, what's up, Ron? Ron from Joe's Classic Video Games and Lions Arcade. Hey, thanks for coming out. You missed a whole ton, man. We've been here. We've been rocking it since 9:30, having a lot of fun and playing a lot of games, talking a lot of trash. I think this is the last one we're going to play, though, here. A little Donkey Kong Jr. cocktail action. I will forever be in debt. Also, I was talking earlier about how Brad Radell hooked me up with the Joust optical joysticks, super rare. Joe and Ron and Joe, or Ron and Joe and Donnie, whoever, they got me the kangaroo, Irish kangaroo bezel that I was looking for. And I thought, when I posted that want to buy ad on Clav, I thought it would be, I'd be bumping that thing monthly for years. But turns out, I guess Ron had it hanging over his shoulder in their shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina for 15 years. And so they sold it to me for a good price and shipped it immediately. It arrived in great shape. So I'm really grateful for that. I need to get that thing scanned. I got to go find a local place. I keep meaning to, with a large format flatbed scanner, and get that scanned and sent over to Ollie in the UK. He does reproduce the Irish Atari Ireland cabinets that had the combination single piece of glass bezel and marquee. He does it for Dig Dug. He does it for Gravatar, but he doesn't have the artwork scanned for Kangaroo. But I'll be doing that for him since Ron and Joe hooked me up. So thanks for coming out, Ron. Really appreciate it. You are a legend. I think technically you guys just hit 60,000 subs, right, on your channel. We're coming for you. We're past 2,000. But I think that makes you guys the largest classic arcade and pinball channel, right? 60,000. I think John's got like 55. Ralph has like around that many. I think you're the first one to hit 60, which is awesome. Let's hang out here for a little bit. Dodged him. Let's see if I can lure him down on this one. Yep. Got him. Got him. Hopefully that's not too loud when I say dumb stuff like that. Oops. All right. That evil Mario has captured Papa. Now we need to rescue him. But yeah, this when I was talking earlier about how when I fixed this game and I bought it from Lloyd at Coin Op Warehouse. This is the first game that I ever bought. That was the second game I ever bought, and the first one that I bought that was not working at all. It was dead. And the first time when I did all that work, the power supply and monitor and everything, and it sprang to life for the first time, let me tell you, that rush, I was so excited. And, that sort of feeling is something that, I think a lot of us chase in this hobby. I know I do. So here we go. Whoops. Uh-oh. Camera just dropped. The gimbal doesn't like the angle. I'm going to try to fix it in between rounds if I can. Sorry. It did this the other day. It doesn't like being pointed at the ground. My camera's on a gimbal. There you go. All right. Hopefully it doesn't drop again. All right. Back to the vines. Ooh, got him. Oh, no. Oh! Saved it. That's not what I wanted. Nope. That was the best thing I could do at that point. Lose a life, but catch those 400 points. Because those bananas restock. They respawn. I'm not going to point press. Oh, there goes the camera. We try doing this. Maybe it'll like that. It's kind of zoomed in now, though. Oh, no. Oh, that's too high. I'm not doing so hot. Oh, the... Maybe that'll help. Oh, no. Are you impressed, Joe? Are you impressed? Yeah, Joe says, like when you work on them, you turn it on and only one little bulb works. That's not nothing, right? At least it's not nothing. Nope. I'm gonna put one more credit on, and then I think we'll wrap up. Maybe this is where the camera will stabilize. All right, there we go. Yeah, that feeling is the best. You end up chasing that rush. You're impressed with what? This gameplay? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it doesn't like the angle for some reason. It's like stressing out the motor. Why are 2 in a row to the left? 3 in a row to the left vine. Come on. Come on, jump on. Go down that one. Yeah, come on. You know you want this one. Oh, come on. There you go. Got him. Well, where are you going to go? Come on. Oh. Oh. Keep missing the kill shot. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. And again, I'm leaning over because the camera's in the way. At least the camera hasn't fallen. I got a new phone. I do all my recording with just my iPhone. And just got a new one. I don't think the camera's necessarily any better, though, but brand new. No, we didn't grab. Pathetic. I'm embarrassed. But again, I never claimed to be good at these games. Never claimed to be good. All right, let's get out of here. All right, Mario. You're done for. Yeah. Just says he always says that the darn camera's in the way. You know it. Whoop. Whoops. Close one. Whoops. Jeez. Ganging up on me over here. All right. Yeah, first 2000 feels like yesterday. I believe that. Oh, you got a rip-off bezel hanging on your wall. That's cool. I'll let you know if I end up picking up a rip-off that needs a bezel. Oh, this button's defective. Who fixed this game? Oh, it did it again. It didn't grab the it didn't grab the vine in time. I was misaligned. All right. Well, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, premature jumping, Zoner 69 in the house. It cheated. The game cheated. It wasn't me. It wasn't the skill. Joe asked, "Do the blue snapdragons ever go up at the end, or they always go down?" They always go down. The red ones will climb back up, and the red ones are the ones that spawn, or the red ones don't respawn. The blue ones are constantly coming up, and they have to like clear themselves off of the board. The red ones don't respawn; they start, on the screen. So the red ones will go up and down to stay until you kill them, but the blue ones are constantly being created, so they've got to knock themselves out somehow. Yeah, it must have been the voltage, Zoner. Yeah, Zoner's also a relatively new channel member. Zoner joined 27 days ago when we did a push for was it with the gift guide for Christmas, I think, maybe? Yeah, Zoner's been great, been hanging out in the live stream or the members only Discord, so that's been great. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we're coming up on 3 hours, and I didn't expect it to go this long. Maybe we should play to make it. Yeah, better make sure there's $2 in the account this month. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, right? $1.99 a month. What did we not play? We didn't play Asteroids, and we didn't play the Monsters, but that doesn't count. Let's play some Asteroids. We'll take it to 12:30. We'll call it 3 hours, and we'll do the live stream then. I feel like I need to hit that milestone. 3 hours to start the 12 days of Arcademas. And again, if you guys don't know what that is, it's the second annual 12 days of Arcademas. Oh, my gimbal's almost dead. It's on its last battery thingamajig. We do starting today and going until the New Year's. We're gonna do. Let's get in here like this, maybe. We're gonna do a new video, brand new video, every day for 12 straight days. So this is day one. Is that out of focus? Is that all blurry, guys? What is going on with this? Is that all blurry? Oh, there it goes. Now it's good. We're doing a video every day for 12 straight days, starting today. Today's the kickoff live stream, and we're going to go until new videos every day, and then we'll end with another live stream. New Year's just after midnight. Call it 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, or 12:15 or whatever. So see the ball drop, kiss your significant other, let them go to bed, and then hop on the live stream. We'll play some more games. I'm going to have probably 4 or 5 different games down here in the lineup. I got them ready in the garage. So here is my Asteroids Cabaret. I got this thing working for $100. Some of the power was hacked up. It had one of the coin chutes was replaced with a credit switch. They were using an old doorbell as the credit switch. It had a light switch on the back as the power button. I got that all straightened out. I think it had a like a fluorescent or a LED bulb as the marquee light. I rebuilt a new fluorescent fixture. And yeah, let's play some Asteroids. I'm not that great, so I tend not to do much. I almost said I tend not to do much thrusting, but that would be inappropriate to speak like that. I kind of hang out in the middle. I rarely use hyperspace because I don't think to do it in time. And I'm always worried about, hyperspace jumping into an asteroid. So I'm not a good player. I like to get it down to just a few and then just camp out and hunt for UFOs. See, I'm just missing. Now we're down to 1 asteroid. I will camp and I will hunt UFOs. There we go. Because the little ones are worth 1,000, aren't they? So here's some boring asteroids play. I like the game, but I don't think I play in an exciting way. Oh, he got me. I don't play in an exciting way. And I love the cabaret. And they have one of the tours, one of the short videos I got coming out this week is a, oh, maybe I should thrust and hit hyperspace, is a tour of Barcade Fishtown in Philly. And they have a Asteroids Cabaret on location there, which is kind of cool. I mean, if you're going to have a vector on location, Asteroids is probably the one to go with because it's, you know, everybody knows it. Oh man, let's play another one. Everybody knows it, and it's, you know, probably the most repairable parts, best available asteroids. Yeah, Joe says, oh, there goes the gimbal. The gimbal is dead now. The gimbal is totally dead. So can't, oh, battery's totally out. I'm actually going to plug it in so I don't forget to charge it. And now you're I'm holding the camera under my armpit right now. So this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting. See, I'm holding the camera in my armpit. That's what you were seeing. Oh, so this is the gimbal that I use. Little thing here, not that expensive, but it extends, right? And like it moves all around, you know, when it's powered on. But I guess 3 hours is its kind of limit. So let me charge it because I need to film in the morning. I need to finish the pickup video that I'm doing. That's going to be released on Saturday. I want to get it done, totally done filming tomorrow and editing and uploaded so that Overtime Arcade channel members can get early access starting tomorrow. The coin bucket. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, Ron was pumped for asteroids. How confusing has that been, Ron? Right? Because your name's Ron, but the channel's called Joe's Classic Video Games. How confusing has that been? And oh, by the way, I was wearing my It's Broke t-shirt when I was out. I did a tour of Hot Rod Arcade in Nashville, and I was at Cameron McCaslin's house in Nashville. I was rocking my It's Broke t-shirt. I don't know if I was on camera all that. Excuse me much, though. Zoner just finished Four Christmases. That is a good Christmas movie. I'm not sure it's the best holiday movie ever, but I enjoy it. I like watching it at least once a year. My wife loves that movie. Vince Vaughn is just so good. Vince Vaughn doesn't ever play a character. I think Vince Vaughn is just playing himself in all these movies, and he's just playing the same character every time. Maybe a different angle of it, but it's just himself. Joe, or I keep saying Joe, it's Ron, says the contrast is so badass that it's hard for the camera to handle it. Yeah. Is it a notoriously hard to film or take photos of? I mean, yeah. Or is it just asteroids, or is it any kind of black and white vector? Blues go down the ropes, never back up. Yep, Russell's right. Great score for what? Oh, the Asteroids Cabaret for $100. That was an awesome score. Josh Encore says, great content from a great host. Thanks, buddy. Josh has an awesome collection that he doesn't show to the world enough just yet. Hopefully he will at some point. Jumping General says, Ronnie needs to open up a CRT factory. You can make $1 million. So what I've said for a long time is if I ever hit it filthy rich, win Powerball or, sell a Varcon or something like that and make millions of dollars. I think the number I have to is once I become 100 millionaire, I will take 10, 20, 25 million and I will invest in opening up a CRT factory. I've got a couple different ideas of a different sort of angles for it. And it wouldn't just be for arcade games because, retro console gamers appreciate CRT TVs as well. So we'd be producing, and there's still people alive that used to work on them. So there's living, technical engineering knowledge of it. But if we wait too long, all those people will, unfortunately pass away. So, but yeah, I'll go in on you, Ron, with opening up a CRT factory. If we both, hit it big time. I doubt it'll be a very profitable endeavor. It might be able to pay for itself, but I think it would be a lot of fun. It would be great to do as a project with money if you don't really care about, getting a return on that investment. Yeah, I totally agree. Asteroid's one of the greatest games of all time. I mean, so iconic, you know, and arguably, right, like which game really kicked off the golden age, right? People want to say Space Invaders, and Space Invaders was a huge hit, but there was a pretty big gap between Space Invaders and then a bunch of more stuff, and then Asteroids, and really Asteroids started the tear that the industry went on, right? So, let's see. Some tips from Zoner. Yeah, I need to get better at all these games. Jumping General loves Asteroids Deluxe. Yeah, I like Asteroids Deluxe too. I think Asteroids Deluxe is harder. And if you get the, like, you know, the upright Asteroids Deluxe with the black light and everything, and that's all awesome. Ron says that him and Joe work side by side all day long, so all the emails, forum posts, everything is usually both of you at the same time. See, I didn't know that. I just learned something here. I thought I knew you guys worked together, and I knew you both, we worked in the channel together and in the shop together, but I thought Clav was always Ronnie. I thought Lions Arcade was always Ronnie, and I guess I was wrong. I've, you know, I think I bought a couple things from you guys, maybe at least a T-shirt and the bezel. But like we're going back and forth between texting and forum PMs on Clav, and I think maybe email. And I thought I was talking to Ron the whole time, but it was Ron and Joe, and so it's like, you know, and like the conversation was moving across different communications media, right? Mediums. And I thought it was Ron the whole time, but it led to a little bit of confusion, but it was no problem at all. And yeah, $2 a month for armpit action. Well, this is free. This is for the public. I got to save that spicy stuff for behind the paywall. You think Joe's video games sounded better than Ronnie's video games? I don't know. Ronnie is more like memorable. Armor Attack was fuzzy. Armor Attack's also weird because it's got the overlay, so there's more layers between. There's like the bezel layer, and then the overlay layer, and then the screen. Yeah, Farcon. Jumping General asks, where did all the extra vector monitors go in the world? Well, there was never that many to begin with, right? There was always fewer of those. So I don't know if I can tell you that. One of the things I thought was cool when I was at Hot Rod Arcade was he had a couple of games, including his Tempest, where there was no original vector stuff there. I think he was using a Geo 7 tube with a chassis, or not a yoke that had been rewound, and then reproduction deflection board and all the chassis stuff. So there was no original vector parts that went into that. It was, you know, old tube, rewound yoke, and reproduction, you know, deflection PCB and everything. So theoretically, they can still be made from that stuff. The tube is the only thing that nobody's making CRT tubes anymore. So yeah, guys, we're way past 3 hours now. I was only planning on going maybe an hour and a half or two. I'm gonna wrap it up here. We're back up to 20 viewers though, which is awesome. Arcade Maze says, someday Charlie will come to Iowa. Good night, Merry Christmas. TMI time, I dated a girl in Iowa when I was in the Air Force, but never made it out to visit her. I love Field of Dreams, right? Especially that line, like, is this heaven? No, it's Iowa, right? Sean says, thanks for all the great videos this year. Sean was here the whole time, 3 hours, goodness. Try to get some sleep in the next 12 days, and thanks for making a 1,000 air. Yeah, Night Driver. So Sean has a Night Driver PCB, and I pointed out, I'm like, you know, if you have the special, what chip is it? It's a 6502 or something. The special one, the Macintosh people need that chip for Apple Ones. And so like he could sell that chip for $1,000 and just buy a $5 replacement. It's a 6502, whatever it is. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks guys, everybody, guys and gals. We're still at 20 viewers though. I feel bad ditching, but we got to run. Thank you for all the awesome super chats. Let's see if I can remember. Ezekiel, Chicago Retro Ranger. Go follow him on Twitter. Alan Brady made a donation. Yeah, Alan Brady. Ezekiel, Chicago Retro Ranger. We had, scrolling back. Oh, man. I think Sean donated and Jerry donated. So thank you so much, guys. Never necessary. Always appreciated. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Ron says, nice to hang out with you a little bit. Charlie, have a Merry Christmas and good luck with the channel. Thank you, brother. Hope to follow in your footsteps a little bit, right? I don't know if I'll ever open up a shop or anything. That would be something that, yeah, do in retirement or something. I just, anyway, yeah, let me go to bed, get some sleep. I got to wake up and film some more stuff in the morning. Thank you all. I love you all, each and every one of you. Zoner, Russell, Ron, Sean, Arcade Maze, Jumping General. I think I said all you guys already. Who also was recently? I think that's everyone that's been chatting recently. Josh, Encore Arcade. And I think that's been everyone for the last little bit. Charles Klein was here. And yeah, all right. Thank you all. Merry Christmas. Charles Klein, yeah, have a good night. Thanks, brother. Happy New Year, everybody. Keep your eye up. 12 days of Christmas starting now. This is the end of the first day. We'll have a short video tomorrow. We'll have a pickup video on Saturday and more to come. Thank you all. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. This has been Overtime Arcade. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you next time.